Oh my gosh. I am so silly. Sorry the stream is a little late. This is the first time I've been late, but like, I was having trouble, getting my audio to work, and then I realized, the thing I had on to like test the audio was like the Pokemon Snap start screen, and I forgot that it goes dead quiet. So, so I already had it working again, and then I couldn't even tell that I had. So, wow, go me. Anyway, we're only about 4 or 5 minutes late, so, could be worse, I suppose. So, yeah, we're gonna play some more the Somnium files. And yeah, let's load here. It's a very Zero Escape sounding load sound. Ooh. I forgot it does this little preview thing when you load. This is some glimpses of the memories we just went through. We got Mizuki. We kind of went in and healed her brain a little bit. She was totally quiet before when she, you know, witnessed her mother's murder, or really her mother's remains, but yeah. I think I'm gonna link this to Twitter real fast that the stream's going, because I announced there that it's gonna be a little delayed. And then we'll be right back on the wagon. All right. Whoa. Okay, sorry about. I don't think you guys heard that, but. Oh. Oh no, I can hear myself. That's wild. But the audio sounds good from what I could tell. All right. So I'm copying this, and then I'm gonna paste it into Twitch. Not Twitch, Twitter. The other website. Streaming the Somnium files now. Come join. There we go. Alright. Alright, I think we're good. I'm gonna get going on this. Alright, so here we have Mizuki. We just came out of her dream world, and hopefully she can speak to us now, because she's got, well, one, she was in a bad state, and two, she's an important witness to her mother's murder, so we need to talk. Mizuki, hi, are you gonna talk to us now? Look, I couldn't help Mizuki get her voice back. She's sitting on the chair. She looks drained, like an abandoned doll. Oh, poor girl. Are you okay? Yeah, she doesn't look good. She didn't answer. About the Nile message.
Mizuki, I have to ask you. You got a Nile message yesterday, and then you went to Bloom Park. Who sent you the message?
I checked her phone, but the history was white.
Wow.
I am trying to identify the sender now, but it will take some time.
Big hacker pewter. Alright, about the ringtone I heard in Somnium. I'm trying to
Hey,
like
Mizuki,
go
tell me something.
as slow as possible.
In your dream world, I heard a phone ring. Did you hear that somewhere? Or did you just imagine it?
Date, there's no point talking to her. You couldn't heal her. Her symptoms haven't improved.
Mizuki!
She'll be sent back to the hospital. Maybe the doctors can help her.
Well, at least I asked her the gentlest questions. About the ice pick?
Mizuki. When we found you at the merry-go-round, you were holding the ice pick. I'm not accusing you of anything. I trust you.
Yeah, that's right.
I just want to know why you were holding it. Answer me, Mizuki.
Chill, Date. She's been through a lot.
Date, please. Yelling at her is counterproductive.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Mizuki! Damn, I wish I didn't have to ask all this. About Iris's stabbed corpse that I saw in your dream world, what was that about?
Mizuki, I saw something strange in your dream. Iris, she was frozen.
Yowza.
She was dead. What was that? Tell me, Mizuki, please.
Date, there is no point attempting to speak with her. Mizuki's aphonia has not healed.
Damn. Ichio-san, hello! Welcome back. Mizuki. Well, damn, boss, this isn't looking great. Boss is watching Mizuki with a compassionate gaze. About Mizuki's aphonia.
It didn't go well. But it's not all bad. The sink wasn't a total waste of time. We found clues.
Yeah.
Clues. Right.
About what I saw in the Somnium.
No need to report specifics. We saw it all from here in the control room. What the sinker sees in Somnium is projected here, remember? We've got it all recorded.
Isn't it incredible? I invented it.
So we know about everything you saw.
Wow.
The phone, the frozen corpse.
Ooh. That's kind of intense. About the ringtone I heard in Somnium.
Boss, I heard a ringtone in Mizuki's Somnium.
Are the audio levels okay? Like me in the game? It sounded okay when I accidentally heard myself earlier, but just wanted to make sure. Because I had some audio issues trying to set up the stream.
I know. But I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's real or something Mizuki invented. But if Mizuki really did hear that ringtone...
Then there must have been a phone somewhere on site.
Maybe
Did
it was her
CSI
own?
report anything like that?
No, nothing. They searched the site, but didn't find a single thing.
The killer's phone? Do you believe in prophetic dreams?
Where is this coming from?
Because I've seen some shit in my dreams and people's dreams lately. Oh! Thank you, Delanian. Hello!
Oh, I see.
Welcome back to hell.
This is about the body you saw in Mizuki's Somnium. Her name is Iris Sagan.
Yeah, I met her.
The girl you went to Bloom Park with today.
Oh, you found out about that, huh?
How do you know that?
Iba told me.
It is one of my duties to deliver regular investigation reports.
About prophetic dreams.
Prophecies, huh?
Yeah, you didn't actually answer the question.
That's why you called Iris. But, Date, come on.
I know, a dream is just a dream. Doesn't necessarily have anything to do with reality. But still, I just have this gut feeling.
Date, are you alright? Perhaps the sink is causing negative side effects.
I hope that's all it is.
I mean, this would be like the second dead woman's corpse you've seen in your dreams lately. First, like, the mom and then the daughter. That's kinda a coincidence, ain't it? Anyway, let's look at this monitor. Different strings of characters and numbers continue to scroll on the monitor. Oh, come on. But then her mom will be sad. Her mom's really nice. Alright, Pewter. Pewter is standing with his hands in his pockets. So, what do you think of prophetic dreams?
Ah, the corpse you saw in Somnia. You're wondering if that was some kind of vision of the future.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's see. As a man of science, I don't believe in such things. Prophecies and the like. However, if it was a prophecy, I would suggest the girl wears some kind of metal plate. Huh? You saw her. She was stabbed countless times in the back. She could have used some stab-proof armor or something.
Oh my god.
Just indulging in the fantasy of real-life prophecies.
Okay, dude.
Don't mind me.
Alright.
Anyway, prophecies are simply not possible.
True.
You see?
See, I guess that's helping him feel a little better. So about Somnium.
In a normal dream, the person experiencing the dream cannot remove themselves from it.
Yeah, that's true.
Dreams are first-person experiences. However, the circumstances are slightly different during a sync. The syncer dives into the subject's mind and experiences their subconscious thoughts. But this dream is experienced as an observer, as though you were watching a play. The subject is the author, director, and actor. The syncer is merely the audience.
I guess that makes sense. So about the ringtone I heard in Somnium.
I know about the ringtone you heard.
But I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
Did Mizuki actually hear that? Or was it just a dream? Or her imagination?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Can you analyze the sound or something?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, damn. Okay. Summarize for me. You seem to be good at that.
I think I'll go to Bloom Park again.
Looking for the phone?
It might be there, it might not. I just want to be sure. Take care of Mizuki, okay?
Yeah, leave it to me.
Alright. Hang in there, girl. Alright, let's go to Bloom Park. Only place we can go. Alright. What's waiting for us there? Leave it to the mall cop. She's the leader of a high-tech crime unit, actually.
Her body was recovered from the now-defunct Bloom Park in the Kawasaki district. Autopsy reports revealed that her time of death was roughly 5 p.m. last afternoon. Police have determined that the victim was killed elsewhere and then brought to Bloom Park to be put on display. The MPD has expanded the scope of their investigation and are encouraging anyone with any information to come forward. In other news, at 6:10 p.m. today, on the outer circle of the Capital City Highway in Minato District, Tokyo, a traffic collision occurred involving 5 cars and at least 1 truck.
Damn.
As a result of the pileup, 1 man was sent to the hospital unconscious in critical condition.
If anything, that seems like a good case scenario,
6
but
other
still.
individuals were treated for minor injuries. MPD has arrested the driver of the truck suspected to be the cause of the accident for negligence. The investigation is ongoing.
I feel like if that happened here, like everyone would have died. People drive way too fast in this town. Alright, Bloom Park, Saturday, 8:13 p.m. So it's getting pretty late. Mizuki's bedtime. Aiba? Are you like, what, projecting yourself inside my brain or something? Scream boldly, scream shrilly, who are you? Warn her. Wait, I'm just gonna look first. A girl is sitting in the passenger seat. Girl? Wait, but we're not even in the car. Scream boldly.
Whoa!
Wait, are you a ghost?
Idiot. It's me.
Who you? Me?
It's me.
Whom?
I said me.
But are you a ghost?
I'm not a ghost.
Then, Aiba? But why?
I just thought I would project myself. You seem lonely.
But you're just projecting yourself inside his brain, right? Because I'm looking around and you're not there.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image your left eye processes with augmented reality.
Yeah, I thought so.
You can't see me through your right eye, only your left.
That would give me a
You
headache.
can't just pop into my eyeball without permission.
You do realize I do that all the time, right?
Alright. Anyway, looks like Aiba is standing there. So, how do you appear in Somnium?
I am connected to your brain via artificial nerve. I am part of your working brain. Our minds are one. During the sync, when the data that constitutes your ego is transferred, some of my main programming is also transferred. That is why I appear in Somnium. Do I even need to explain this sort of thing to you? I have experienced syncing many times with you.
Well, this is a first, apparently. You just shown up in my eye. I thought I might as well ask.
Although it is true that I have never appeared to you in this form.
Yeah. About the ringtone I heard in Somni. Oh yeah. No, let's go continue the conversation. About your appearance. Why do you look like Boss?
Come to think of it, you look kind of like you do when you're in Somnium. What's that about?
What do you mean?
You don't usually look like that. You have a Somnium form and another form.
Oh, this?
The gummy bear.
Yes, that. Why are you doing this now?
I was bored last night, so
Huh?
I thought you would like it.
Why would I like it?
Well, I did attempt to shape myself to your preference.
If you could do that, change it. Be Reika from Tiefblau.
Oh my god.
I will not,
Why not?
because I won't.
About the ringtone heard in Somnium.
It was somewhere around here, right? Where I heard the phone ring.
Affirmative.
The source can't be far. The phone must be nearby.
I do not know if it actually exists. Dreams consist of memories, but that does not mean that they perfectly mirror reality.
I think I remember. This is ringing a bell.
In fact, it is more common that what occurs in dreams is distorted. For example, the events witnessed in the last Somnium were absurd, exaggerated, or otherwise warped. Clearly, they do not represent exactly what happened in reality. The ringtone as well.
Mizuki didn't necessarily hear it. I understand that. But it's our only lead.
Anything catch your eye?
As I
Miss
mentioned
AI?
earlier, I cannot say for certain if there was a phone here. However, if there is, it must be well hidden. CSI has already searched the area thoroughly. but they did not discover anything.
Hey, you got some X-ray vision.
Well hidden, huh? Maybe a place you can't see with the naked eye.
Yeah, Iba. Let's do some X-ray vision. Do you see anything?
Let me see.
Anywhere suspicious?
I need to analyze the surroundings.
Iba's standing there transparent. I can't see through her clothes though, unfortunately. Come on. I mean, not unfortunately per se. Do you see anywhere suspicious?
It is certainly the case that the phone would be placed somewhere not readily visible to the naked eye, if it exists at all.
So, should we... Do I ask again?
Did you check the horse?
The horse?
A horse?
Shoko's body was placed on this horse.
That horse. I think. Okay. Not this horse. That horse? Oh, here we go. X-ray. It's a horse from the merry-go-round. Oh, that sure looks like a phone to me.
Look at that.
It appears to be a smartphone.
I knew it was in the horse.
Don't lie. You doubted me.
So how do I get it out?
I cannot find any weaknesses or seams in the horse's body. The horse's neck does not detach either.
We need to break it
There
open.
must be some hole or something.
I found one.
Where?
The mouth of the horse. I might be able to fit inside. One moment.
Oh, I guess that's better than breaking the horse open. Yay!
I got it!
Yes. Good job, Iba.
I wish they would have animated her kind of like shimmying into the horse's mouth and getting it. Alright, we got the smartphone. It's the horse from the merry-go-round. Yeah, let's look at the smartphone.
Iba, who owned this phone? The number is...
I told Iba the number. The results came back quickly.
This is a rental phone.
a rental.
Suspicious.
The owner is unknown. It is registered under a false identity.
Suspicious.
Come on.
Sounds like a killer phone to me.
Date, look at the device history.
It's gone. No outgoing call history.
What about the incoming history?
Only one call. 9:02 p.m. yesterday.
Mizuki and Ota discovered the corpse at approximately 9 p.m.
She could have heard the ringtone.
Mizuki must have heard this phone.
That would connect to what we experienced in Somnium.
Where did the call come from?
Who is the caller?
Their name isn't displayed. The number isn't in their contacts. In fact, there are no contacts.
Well, we gotta write down that number.
No numbers at all.
The phone had no email addresses or browsing history. That could be a clue either. Just the one clue, the call at 9:02 p.m. I had Iba look up the number.
This number is also from a rental phone.
Damn it!
No owner is registered.
Too sneaky.
Oh.
What happened?
The battery died.
Oh.
Screen turned off.
Oh, I was just up there sitting on the horse's schnoz. Iba is so cute. Iba is sitting on the horse's head. Call the number I just gave you.
Iba, remember the number I just gave you?
Of course.
Call it.
It connected. It connected!
My name is Kaname Date. I'm with the Metropolitan Police Department.
They're gonna hang up if you say
Are
that.
you an idiot?
They hung up.
Oh, you think so?
Oh my
What
god.
kind of low IQ ignoramus calls a suspicious number and says they are from the police?
Yeah!
I couldn't help it. I wasn't ready. I just said the first thing that came into my head.
Oh my
You
god.
told me to call.
I didn't think it would work.
Disappointing. There's no other word for it.
Yeah, you deserve that, Date.
You're telling me.
Can you call it again? That's so not gonna work.
Iba, can you call it again? I'll be ready this time, I swear.
Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
So I was lying before.
The number
Oh.
you have dialed is no longer in service.
Shit. You fucked that up, dude.
Damn, call deny.
Call deny?
Yeah, call denied.
Oh, the thing Reika from the Cabaret Club did to your number.
Oh,
Damn, you remember that?
wow. Call Reika.
What? Why?
I want to hear her voice.
She put you on call deny.
Can't you try from another line?
I can, but I won't. Use a payphone if you want to call her.
Oh. Get him. I don't have my own phone. As long as I'm within range, I can use Iba to make any call I need to. I guess that explains, like, he doesn't need a phone, but... Whether it's a traditional line or Nile message, I can have Iba help me. Iba is connected to my mind wirelessly as well, so even when she's outside of my eye socket, I can talk normally. What? Who is the person we called?
Probably someone involved in the incident. They hung up as soon as they heard you mention the police, then refused further incoming calls. That behavior is at the very least suspicious.
Yeah. So what cell tower did that call connect to?
Near 3rd Street, Shinjuku.
That's a wide range.
Yeah, like a million people live there.
Can you tell if they called from a smartphone?
They did. I can tell from the number.
Does it have GPS?
The phone is likely capable of that function, but it has been disabled. The power also appears to be off. I cannot connect from any line.
Damn.
Because you blew it.
Yeah, you fucked that up, Date. Should we go to Shinjuku? Okay, why was the phone in the horse?
Unknown. But it does appear to be deliberate. Did the culprit do this? Or did someone else? And for what specific purpose?
So should we go to Shinjuku?
There would be no point to that now. The recipient is alerted to our presence and likely on the move.
Right.
Alright, let's go.
Iba, let's get going. There's nothing more here.
Where are we going?
Good question.
Iris's house?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah, just because you said that first thing. Yeah, Iris's house, let's go.
About your prophecy? Absurd. It was nothing.
Let's hope so.
At least checking if she's alright, I guess. Alright, let's go. Sagan residence. Oh yeah, it's like really late. 10:30 p.m. Saturday, Sagan residence.
Date!
She's okay. Iris is looking at me impatiently. How are you?
I'm hop, hop, hoppy happy. Hop, hop, hop. Rabbit goes hop. Why do you ask?
Oh, well, you see...
Because I saw your dead body in a dream. Are you seriously going to tell her that?
You hush.
Well...
Date! You came. But aren't you a little early?
Oh, for the date?
Huh?
You said you would play Shovel Forge with me tomorrow.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I didn't. I did promise to go on a date with you.
Tomorrow? It's not even midnight yet. I kept my promise by staying home, so you need to keep your promise, Date.
Iris is looking at me impatiently. Where's your mom?
By the way, where's your mom?
She left earlier. She got a Nile message from someone. She looked kind of panicky, too.
Where did she go?
Dunno. She didn't tell me. Oh, did you want something to drink?
That was a little concerning.
No, sorry. I should be going.
What? Leaving already?
Yeah, I have some work to do.
Well, will you at least watch my stream at 1?
Stream?
I'd do that. Streaming at 1 a.m.? What is she doing? Like, she's streaming to Americans, man.
Don't you remember? I'm an internet idol.
And you're gonna stream online?
Yeah.
At 1 a.m.?
At 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
You're a young woman. You shouldn't stay up so late.
Oh, jeez, you sound like an old man.
Because he is an old man.
Hit. If only she could hear Iba.
It's fine. Today isn't for work, it's just a personal stream.
That's not the issue.
And tomorrow is Sunday.
The day isn't the issue either.
Anyway, please watch, okay? I'll ask you about it on tomorrow's date.
I guess he could get Iba to play the stream.
Fine.
If he doesn't have a phone, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have a computer either, because like
Gotcha.
Iba can do
I have
all
been
that.
thinking. I am glad that nothing bad happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
Iris's words came to me. I stepped down hard on the accelerator. Vroom! Well, what now? We're kind of shit out of luck with leads. Gyokai. Day 3, Sunday. Police headquarters, Sunday, 9:37 a.m. Did you watch the stream? I think not. Oh, Iba's chilling outside of the eye socket. Hello, Iba. Iba's sitting on the desk. Well, I guess we should talk to Boss first, huh? Boss is sitting on the desk. They're both sitting on the desk. I'm the only one sitting in a chair. Alright. That's true. That's true, but I think he would have if he knew where she was going, but he didn't know where she was because she didn't tell Iris where she was going. That might be kind of stalkerish anyway, but alright, let's see. About the phone.
I asked HQ to look into it. They found a few things. First, the owner was Shoko Nadami.
It was Shoko's phone?
Yes. Her face was registered in the phone's facial recognition authentication.
Oh. Okay. Why does she have a burner phone? Oh, I just remembered something. Oh. But it's a spoiler. Haha. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. He is being coerced. To be fair. Alright, who called it?
Who called the phone?
Sorry, we don't know that yet. They called from a burner phone. They didn't register a name.
I can make a deduction with this information. We know that the phone belonged to Shoko.
Right.
Whoever it was made their call at 9:02 p.m. after Shoko was killed. I believe we can make an assumption here.
The caller probably wasn't the murderer. Why would they call the phone of the person they just killed?
Maybe. But the culprit might have been trying to get Mizuki to call, so that they can bring her to the scene.
But then why hide the phone? They would have left it somewhere easier to find.
True.
So we have no idea?
But either way, our mysterious caller is suspicious. Consider this. They did not register the phone under their real name. And also, they hung up as soon as Date mentioned he was a cop.
Nice going there, Date.
And on top of that, they blocked Date's number and turned off the phone.
The blame lies entirely with Date. I
Yeah.
suggest cutting his salary.
I'll cut your battery.
Do it. I'll plug in somewhere.
Oh my
Anyway, we have to identify the caller. If you don't want your salary cut.
God. Wow.
Fine.
So any other information on Shoko's phone?
All the history's been erased. There's nothing on the phone itself, but we can still look up its records. I happen to have a friend at the cell company. The head office is looking into it now.
Alright. So, about Mizuki.
She was returned to the hospital after the sync. She'll probably be hospitalized for a while.
Poor girl.
Strange. Mizuki's phone is at home, Date. The GPS and Wi-Fi access point confirm this.
She went home by herself?
Possibly.
But why?
Unknown.
Well, her home is Date's home, so I guess he can check on her. So about Mizuki.
There are many points of interest surrounding Mizuki, but we will need to speak with her directly.
I hope she gets better soon.
About the investigation.
There's been no progress, as usual. The people at the main office are so incompetent. The smartphone you brought in yesterday is still our only lead.
Damn.
Hopefully there'll be a breakthrough.
What do you think, Aiba?
I am watching the case file of Shoko Nadami as it is updated in real time. Currently, it appears as though there has been no significant progress. Hey Date, why not go to that bar you haven't been to in a while?
Bar?
Marble in Golden Yokocho.
I see. Mama runs Marble. She's an informant who knows just about everything there is to know about the criminal underground. Maybe she knows something. Anything else to report?
About Renju.
Renju?
Is he still missing?
Yesterday I told you he vanished after he was questioned. Well, we found him.
Where?
Central Hospital. He was brought there from a traffic accident.
Wait, was he driving that truck?
He's unconscious and it's not looking good.
Could it be?
Capitol Highway?
Oh, you heard about it?
We heard the report on the radio last night.
I can't believe it was about Renju.
Damn. So, yeah, about Renju.
Date, you should go talk to him. He is Shoko Nadami's former husband, after all. He might have some information.
So we go to the
But
hospital?
he's still asleep, isn't he?
Smack him across the face and wake him up. You're his friend, right? He'll understand.
He's in the hospital. He's an invalid.
Come
Don't
on.
smack the hospital's patient. Alright, Aiba. Oh, whoops. Boss's desk. There's stickers all over the front. Little cursor. Aiba. Anything stand out to you?
Date, you promised to go on a date with Iris yesterday. What exactly are you planning to do?
What? Seriously?
It's a social date.
A man's promise is his bond. You absolutely must keep your word.
Apparently we didn't keep our word about watching her 1 a.m. stream.
Have you ever heard of a white lie?
So, you're gonna act like it never happened.
That's not what I said. The day's not over yet. If I go see her and socialize for a bit, that's a date, right?
Oh, so you are not planning a real date then?
No, of course not.
If you say so.
You almost sound relieved, Iba.
Pardon?
Are you jealous?
Impossible!
Whoa.
I could never be jealous of a silly little human like her.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Alright, let's summarize. I have 3 places to check. Central Hospital, where Renju is. I don't know if he's in any condition to talk, but it might help. I could also go home to see Mizuki or get information from Mama at Marble.
Iba, let's move.
Roger that.
Alright, just gotta clonk her back in the eye socket. Alright, you guys choose. Where are we going first? Central Hospital, Date Residence, or Marble? The bar. So the hospital where Renju's at, Date's house where Mizuki probably is, or Marble, the bar where he gets information. Alright, let's see Mama. I think Mama's coming back for the sequel. I'm excited. Marble, Sunday.
Well, well, if it isn't Date! Long time no see. Is something wrong?
No, I just wanted to talk.
About Shoko Nadami, Ren's ex?
Ren, meaning Renju Okira.
You're as sharp as ever.
I saw it all on the news. How awful.
This is a bar called Marble in an alley called Golden Yokocho. She runs the place. We all call her Mama. She might technically have the body of a man, but she's got a maiden's heart. She belongs to a lot of pro-LGBT groups and the like. So can you get me a glass of water?
That's unusual. Not a bourbon.
I'm working.
I drink at work all the time.
Well, you run a bar.
They're very different occupations.
It's kind of the same. I make people throw up. You make people throw up the truth.
Heh. So, how have you been?
I've been okay. How are you, Date, honey? I don't see you around here much anymore.
I've been busy.
You used to come all the time. You and Ren, grumbling over your glasses of bourbon. Laughing,
Renju!
drowning each other's sorrows.
I didn't realize he has like a little mole.
Sometimes getting into arguments. One time it even became a real fight. You remember that?
Really?
Oh, yes.
You don't remember?
Of course Iba would remember and he wouldn't.
Your drunk ass spilled your beer on Ren's watch. Ren was furious, yelling about how this watch is more important than my life, or whatever.
Oh my
He
god.
blew up on you. That was the only time I've ever seen Ren that mad. That's why I remember it so well.
So about Renju's watch.
Yeah, his favorite watch. He got it from his new lover. An anniversary gift. Oh, this was, of course, after the divorce. Ren was so happy. He showed it off to me. He's had that watch on him ever since.
So about Shoko, now that we have to get to the
I have
serious
something,
stuff.
but I don't know how useful it will be.
No, tell me.
You know how Shoko was a representative of that investment company?
Yeah?
They were part of a massive fraud scheme.
Really?
That's right. And they were in bed with the Kumakuras, the Yakuza gang. So maybe...
The Kumakuras killed her?
I don't know for sure, but they were capable of it. Maybe Shoko did something to piss off the wrong people, and they punished her for it.
Alright. Mama spends her time running the bar, but she's also full of secrets and confidential information. Drunk people tend to not be too careful with secrets and rumors, you know how it is. So a place like this is perfect for gathering information. Whether it's politics, business, entertainment, even crime. Mama knows it all. Whenever I get stuck on an investigation, I come see her. Summarize for me.
Shoko was involved in illegal activities. Perhaps the rental phone was used for that purpose.
The Kumakuras. They have a relationship with Renju. I remember him telling me that.
Do you want to pay them a visit?
Yeah. I hope it won't cause problems.
Oh, the Yakuza. Alright. Alright, Mama, we'll see you later.
What are you doing, by the way?
Oh.
Polishing bonito.
It is not well known, but dried bonito is a fermented food. They are boiled and dried, which attracts a particular mold as it ages. It takes between 3 to 4 mold attraction sessions and results in high-quality bonito.
What does that have to do with polishing them?
Mama is cleaning off the mold right now.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that actually. Dried bonito is actually considered one of the hardest foods in the world. It's like a block of wood. You actually have to shave off little bits of it to eat it. So like if you ever get Japanese food and there's these flakes on it that are kind of like moving on their own with the steam, that's all bonito flakes. Alright, so I want to go check on Mizuki. Let's go to the Date residence. Yogurt. It doesn't taste like yogurt at all, though. It's actually, I don't really like the taste of bonito that much. I mean, the fish, yeah, but the flakes, it's kind of smoky, I guess. Date residence, Sunday. Oh!
Hitomi Sagan, Iris's mother.
I guess she's okay, and she's at Date's house.
Yes, but why?
Oh, also, damn, look at it, Mizuki pumping iron back there.
Oh, Date. Sorry for showing up like this.
Mizuki, what are you doing?
What's it look like?
She's talking!
Bench pressing.
You can talk.
Yes, she's no longer mute.
Wait, you knew about all that? Date's like, I have so many questions.
I received a Nile message from Mizuki last night.
Oh!
Teacher, can you please help me?
Oh!
I understood right away. The girl's been through so much. I couldn't say no to one of my students.
Wow, see, everything's all twisted up and connected.
You're her teacher?
That's right. Mizuki is in my homeroom class. I went to the hospital to pick her up.
She left earlier. She got a Nile message from someone.
Mizuki wrote a note saying that she wanted to go home. Not to Renju's house, but here.
Oh.
So that's the story. I apologize for coming over without asking.
I think it's perfectly fine. Hey, you!
How long do you plan on doing that?
Until my muscles are screaming at me to stop.
You there yet?
Nope. Not even close.
Strong.
My muscles are laughing like this is nothing.
Date, I would not push Mizuki while she is in this state. You may end up killed via head injury.
Oh my god. But she's feeling better. This is good.
Yeah, you're right.
About your aphonia. When I started talking to her, Mizuki re-racked the weight.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks to you.
Oh!
Well, not exactly you. It was teacher who stayed with me all night.
About the Nile message.
Mizuki, Renju sent you that Nile message, didn't he?
What?
I got this buddy of mine. Real bad personality, but real good with technology. I got some help from them.
Bad personality?
There was
Heh.
a message sent at 8:05 last night. Does it sound familiar? Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away. Daddy needs your help. Please do as I say.
Yeah, that was it. It was from Daddy's phone. But I didn't want to say anything because that would make Daddy a suspect, so...
So you kept quiet.
Yeah. My dad's never said anything like that to me, ever. That he was counting on me?
Oh.
I had to go.
Oh.
But you invited Ota along.
Bloom Park is in the middle of the Kawasaki district. There are a number of homeless individuals and a high crime rate there. Mizuki must have been worried about going alone.
So, why didn't you tell me about Hitomi?
I couldn't. It's not like we have conversations about our day anyway.
Because you don't talk.
Because you don't listen.
Damn. So, about Hitomi.
She's my teacher. She's special.
Aww.
She's Daddy's friend and Iris's mom. Sometimes I have dinner at her house. She's extra nice to me.
And Date knows none of this.
Oh, I know I shouldn't be. I should love all my students equally. But I see Mizuki after school sometimes, and she just looks so lonely. I can't help myself.
Why is she lonely, Date? So...
Date, something catches my eye. Hitomi's right shoulder. Use the X-ray.
Why?
You'll see.
Alright, well, if Iva's saying it, it should be okay. Oh, she's got a plate in her shoulder.
That's...
A plate of medical-grade titanium in her right shoulder.
Oh.
Hitomi has a metal plate in her right shoulder. So, you're her teacher?
Yes, elementary school.
I didn't know you taught at Mizuki school.
I didn't know Mizuki was living with you.
Yes, naked Skelly.
I knew about her circumstances with Renju, but he described you as a relative.
Ha!
But I suppose not. Mizuki explained the situation to me.
Mizuki lives here with me, but I'm not her legal guardian. That's why I've never been to school with her or anything like that. That was all left to Renju. He might not be any good at raising her, but he is her father. He takes care of all the official stuff. That was one of the conditions for me taking in Mizuki. How is Mizuki at school?
She's a little quiet, but she's a very clever girl. And more than anything, she is kind.
Kind?
Not to him.
When I'm carrying heavy bags, she'll come and help me without me asking.
Aww. She's good at carrying heavy bags. She's pumping all that iron.
When I'm troubled, she'll sometimes pick flowers to give to me.
Oh, good girl.
Not that she has a perfect disciplinary record, but she's a good girl.
What's on her record?
There are a few incidents. Once, she let out all the frogs that were going to be used for science class.
Good for her. Free the frogs.
Another time, she punched the bully so hard that he chipped a tooth.
Good for her.
Sounds like more than just incidents.
But I like that about her. She's a little clumsy, and just like Renju.
Really? So is it just a coincidence that you're Mizuki's teacher?
You said you and Renju knew each other from high school, right?
Yes, at Eitoku High.
And you work at the public school here.
That's right, a district elementary school.
Is that a coincidence? You becoming the teacher of your friend's kid?
Well, I hadn't always planned on being a teacher, but it wasn't a coincidence that Mizuki ended up in my class. Renju seemed really intent on sending Mizuki to a school where I was teaching. They even moved to get into my school district.
Interesting.
That was about 5 years ago, in spring.
Before the divorce?
Yes, but I heard that Shoko didn't have a problem with the move.
Okay. Officially, Mizuki lives at Renju's house. Her local elementary school is actually pretty far from here, my house. Mizuki takes the train every morning to get there. So, how did you get her talking again?
You know what? I actually don't know. I didn't do anything special. I just held her against me.
Oh, you know, I think that's what she needed.
Held her?
I was hugging her close to me all night.
No.
When dawn came, I heard her say, "Teacher," and then she started to cry.
Mizuki!
As you can see, she's fine now.
Her mom was like never holding her. And then there was all that shit with the dream. I think that's what she needed.
She had a lot bottled up. It came out with the tears, I think.
Oh. Pardon me for asking, but your right arm.
Oh, does it bother you?
No, just curious.
Can you not move it?
No, I can't even feel it, I'm afraid.
Was there an accident, or...?
I suppose you might call it that. About 6 years ago, I was shot in the shoulder.
Fuck.
The nerves died and... Anyway, the story is, one day a criminal broke into my house.
Oh, so she wasn't actually dead on the floor.
He was carrying a gun. From the way he talked, he sounded insane.
Drugs?
Maybe. The police statement said that he wasn't under the influence of anything. Just a random crime.
Or was it? What? The dream I saw. Yeah, 6 years, that keeps coming up, huh? The incident 6 years ago, was that the incident, or was that part of it? Tomi has a metal plate in her right shoulder. Alright, let's go back to Mizuki. Oops. So, about Renju.
What's wrong with Daddy?
You haven't heard?
Uh-oh.
Heard what?
She does not know about the accident.
Oh, I guess I gotta break it to her. What, I can't tell her? Bench press. A bench press, okay. Mizuki, why were you holding the ice pick?
When I got there, the ice pick was... It was stuck in my mom's eye. I couldn't think straight. The only thing I could think was... I had to get it out.
So you pulled it out?
Yeah?
After Ota ran away?
Yeah.
Did you hear any sounds?
Sounds?
Like a ringing phone?
Oh, I think I did hear something like that. But I don't remember where it was coming from. I just got scared and ran into the column. The door was open a little, so...
Confirmed. The call at 9:02 p.m. It must have been the phone inside the horse ringing.
Was Shoko's left eye on the pic? Oh, what a question.
I don't think so.
Her eye socket was empty?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks. I'm sorry to have to ask you stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So it was not Mizuki who took the eyeball.
No, it was already gone when she got there.
Same Ichio-san.
That eyeball has yet to be found. It was probably taken by the culprit.
But why? Let's take a look around Date's pad. This is some male living space Reddit shit, except like a bachelor pad where a kid lives. Pretty funny. I mean, I like the brick walls. Lighting. A bed. Mizuki sleeps there every night. Do you sleep on the couch? Is there a couch? Yeah, you're sitting on the couch. 3-seat sofa. A 3-seat sofa I also use as a bed. Well, I called that for soup. I've been sleeping here for 4 years. Mizuki took over my bed. So you're cool like that? 3-seat sofa in the center of the room. That is sure a pipe. Iron pipe. Mizuki's favorite metal pipe. I have no idea what she uses it for. Mizuki's favorite metal pipe by the wall. School bag. She keeps it with her school bag, the iron pipe. A backpack.
In just a few months, she'll need a bigger backpack.
Oh.
They grow up so fast.
Oh. Mizuki's school backpack. Why do you just wear... All of you guys just have, like, those cartoons where you open the closet and it's just multiple things of the same outfit? Mizuki's clothes and mine hanging on a rack. We each basically have one outfit. That's because we're rational people. I don't want to waste my precious time and brain power thinking about what clothes to wear every day. A lot of successful businessmen and scientists do it. Okay, honestly, Mizuki and I do have other outfits. We just keep them somewhere else. Okay, if you say so. My clothes and Mizuki's. Rack. Clothes are hanging on the rack. They're mine and Mizuki's.
I see you two hang your clothes side by side.
Oh.
You get along well.
They're both like, I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Clothes are hanging on the rack. Large window. The light of the autumn day is coming through the window. Yeah, actually, this isn't a bad apartment at all. I assume the bathroom is like through the door. Except I can't really see the door from here, but I'm pretty sure there's a door right behind Date. What's that? Oh, a door rabbit.
That stuffed animal. It's Mizuki's favorite character. What's its name again?
Yeah, that's Adarabbit.
Adarabbit.
You gave it to Mizuki on her birthday.
Oh.
You don't have to tell her that.
I'm sorry?
She didn't hear you. It's Adarabbit, a stuffed rabbit. Large speaker. Large speakers. Audio
This
equipment.
is a nice sound system.
Oh, it's nothing special. It's not top of the line. I only spent a couple million yen.
Wow. Humble bragging.
Oh, so it's cheap. That's good. I spilled soda on it on accident.
You did what?
Audio equipment for an audiophile, which is you. Haven't paid it off yet. You got a record player. Wow, Date. Alright, file cabinet. A small file cabinet. I keep a bunch of documents in there. Corkboard. This is your, like, Pepe Sylvia corkboard over here. Every detective needs one. There's a corkboard on the wall. That's it? Nothing else? Desk. A desk! Your desk. Low table. A coffee table. The top is glass. Oh my god! Sorry about that. Excuse me. Carpet.
Date, is it true? Mizuki told me you hid a magazine under the rug.
What is she telling her?
Something about eating a nice spread?
What?
Why did you hide a cooking magazine?
Ah! Thank you. A rug. Cushion.
That's an unusual pattern on this cushion.
It looks plain.
Oh, don't touch that. That's Date's rule.
Uh-oh. Oh, 'cause he sleeps there. Alright. So, yeah, let's summarize.
Anyway, Mizuki has recovered from her aphonia.
Yay! She's okay.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah!
Yeah.
I did not know that Hitomi was Mizuki's homeroom teacher. Is there something wrong?
This just all seems a bit coincidental, doesn't it?
No. It's nothing.
A one-seat sofa. Alright. I guess we're heading out. Mizuki's on the bench press. Alright, later guys. Alright, do you guys want to see the Yakuza or see if we can talk to Renju in his car crash at the hospital? Hospital, alright. Central Hospital, Sunday. I don't see Renju anywhere. Hello, nurse. A nurse is standing there. A nurse is standing there, so, where is Renju?
He snuck out at night.
Oh, shit.
Snuck out.
Mr. Okiura arrived with internal injuries. The surgery was successful, but he was in no condition to move. He would have opened up his wounds, and then he would be in real trouble.
And yet he
Real
snuck out?
trouble, huh?
Yes. I can't believe it. Where could he have gone?
Renju
What?
is extremely suspicious.
Well, that's not good.
He has no alibi for the time of Shoko's murder. That was noted in the investigation report.
That's not so strange, though.
There's more. I cannot reach Renju by any means. He has not attempted to visit Mizuki in the hospital, even though she is his daughter and witnessed a traumatic event. Despite all this, he runs from the hospital, even with substantial injuries. Perhaps this is an escape.
Iva, call Lemniscate.
Roger that.
Hello, this is Lemniscate Entertainment Offices.
I forgot she had a Valley Girl voice.
Let me hear your message. Thank you.
What kind of employee training do they have there? Anyway, I gave them my name and told them about Renju.
Do you have any idea where he might be?
Sorry, no clue. I'm trying to get in touch with him too. So far, nothing. I'm getting worried. He must be a mess right now.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Oh, wait. Maybe he's at the Maid Cafe.
Maid Cafe? Do you mean Sunfish Pocket?
Yeah, that's the one. Like, out of nowhere, Renju was like, I'm gonna rent out Sunfish Pocket. I guess he was gonna throw like a secret party or something? But with the accident and all... Still, he might be there.
I know about Sunfish Pocket. Renju used to talk about it. He runs London Escape as well as that maid cafe.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
No problem. Farewell.
Sunfish Pocket, huh?
It is worth scoping out.
Alright, I guess we're gonna go to a maid cafe. But anyway, I guess we could talk a little more.
I'm a
And you
nurse.
are?
I work here. I'm assigned to Mr. Okiura.
But he's not here. You don't know where he is.
He's not here. As you can see.
Where are we? We're in the hospital.
Mr. Okiura's room. I'm certain of it.
And yet, it looks like nobody's been here. Alright, bed.
There's no one here.
Indeed. The bed is empty.
Patient monitor. Equipment used for monitoring vital signs. It measures heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature on the monitor. TV.
Dante,
LCD
look!
TV.
Sabako is coming out of the TV!
Ha!
Who?
Ha! Sabako instead of Sadako. There's an LCD TV on top of the bedside table. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, nice view, I guess, from the hospital room. A window. Alright. Should we go to the maid cafe or the Yakuza office? These are both dens of sin. I'm just kidding. Should we go to the maid cafe? Cafe would be your answer. Alright, let's go to Sunfish Pocket. Alright, we're going to Sunfish Pocket. Hey! On the left there, with the... Do you see the advertisement on the left with the mask and the red goggles? Like the gas mask? That's, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. Which is, another really good Uchikoshi game I might play on this channel sometime. So, self-referential here. And it looks like they're in Akihabara. Oh boy. Alright. Sunfish Pocket, Sunday.
Welcome home, Sea King.
Sea King?
Oh! Is this your first time here?
Sorry. I'm not here as a customer. I need to talk to someone about something.
Doesn't look like he's here. Ota's here.
Jeez, kid. Excuse me.
Oh, sir! Wait a minute!
He's got a melon soda
Date?
with ice cream. Mmm. Melon soda, cream soda. Cream soda, huh? Sounds about right for Ota. Melon flavored. Alright. Mermaid and Ota. Here we are in this cafe. Kitchen. Other mermaids. The girls are working. Customer. That customer looks like he's on death's door. Let's hope he's not blowing his life savings here. Menu. The cafe's menu. Option ang. 2,000 yen. And what is ang? That's like, open your mouth, here comes the choo-choo train. Anyway, what do we got here? An omelet rice? The omelet rice looks delicious. Anyway, hi Ota. Ota is sitting opposite me.
What kind of furniture can you drink?
Light beer?
Nope.
Rice?
What?
You can't drink rice. The answer is liquefied leather sofa.
What the fuck?
How would anyone ever guess that?
Can you even drink that?
Yeah, why does the kid have a trident? Let's take a look at that. Also, he's 24. He just looks like a kid because he's short. What's with that spear?
It's not a spear. It belongs to Poseidon, god of the sea. You know, a trident.
Why do you have that?
We treat our customers like lords of the sea. We give them these tridents. It's like a little ranking system we do.
The color changes depending on your rank. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and at the very top, orichalcum.
What color is orichalcum? So you're about halfway up?
So it basically measures how much money you've spent on these girls.
Well, that doesn't sound very nice. It's more like a way to exploit their vanity. To separate our customers from their money as much as possible.
Yeah!
That sounds even worse.
Oda's sitting opposite me. What's with your trident then?
I'm still gold. Not that good.
How much did you spend to get that?
About 200,000 yen.
Ah! That's like $2,000.
I suddenly understand why someone would want to kill another human.
Aiba! You're so good! So, why are you here?
Because I'm worried about Tessa.
That doesn't answer the question.
Iris, what's the matter?
Yesterday night. Well, it was past midnight, so more like this morning.
I don't care about the timing. What happened?
Tessa was streaming, as usual, from her living room at home. But suddenly... Actually, let me just show you. I always record her streams.
I'm kinda nervous. It's been a while. Got it. I'll try my best.
This is my stream now.
Okay, everyone. Here's my debut song. Let's hit it.
Here we go, Invincible Rainbow Arrow.
Who could it be at this hour? Is it Date again? Okay, 1 second, I'm coming! Sorry, everyone. Something came up. But I've gotta go for now. I'll sing the rest next time. Bye.
Okay. That was, when did this visitor arrive?
1 hour into the stream, so about 2 a.m.? That's weird, right? Someone coming to visit at 2 in the morning? And then she leaves? She looked really serious, too.
Yeah.
I was worried about her, so I tried to call, but she didn't answer.
Fuck.
She didn't read any of my Nile messages either. I thought maybe the people at Sunfish Pocket would know something. Tessa used to work here.
Oh.
She made a lot of friends.
That might have been her aunt to Lemniscate.
I'm one of them.
Aw, your friends?
But I don't know what she's up to. I asked the other girls too, but no one knows anything.
Iva, call Iris.
The number you are attempting to dial is either offline or unavailable.
No way.
No! Ruh-roh.
Anyway, prophecies are simply not possible.
Something wrong, sir?
Concerning.
No, nothing.
I wonder if Tessa's okay. I'm so worried about her I can barely eat.
That's the option.
You look like you can eat just fine.
So have you seen Renju?
No, haven't seen him. Is this related to what happened at Bloom Park?
Could be, but
The body on the merry-go-round was Renju's ex-wife. I didn't know that she was Mizuki's mom.
oh shit, Mermaid didn't know.
Did she change her name or something? Mizuki saw her own mother's dead body,
Shit, dog.
and I just left her there and ran away like a coward.
You sure did.
I'm such a piece of shit. I should have stayed. I should have done something. Why did I do that?
Oh, is it eating you up inside, Ota?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my god.
While you're sitting here adding up your options?
But you can order too, Date.
That's not why I'm mad, Ota.
Yeah, are you a regular here?
Sure am. I come here whenever I've got time and money. I was here yesterday too. Around 6:30, I think, but I couldn't get in. I saw a sign at the entrance that said the whole place got rented out for some party.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
But I came all the way to Akihabara, you know? I didn't want to just go home,
You had a lot of options, dude.
so I bought a new one.
A new what?
A phone? I dropped my old one in a puddle, remember?
Oh yeah. Akihabara is kind of like the electronics hub of Tokyo, so that makes sense. You probably could have found a cheap one too. Alright, Mermaid, let's talk to you. You got a nice outfit.
At this cafe, the maids and clerks are referred to as mermaids.
Oh dear god, why is there an X-ray option? Yeah, skeleton time!
Date, I must be the bearer of bad news. Even with X-ray, her clothes will not turn transparent. Your heart rate and blood pressure is rising. The concentration of phenylethylamine in your blood is rising rapidly. What are you excited about?
Her hips! Are you seeing this? I'm about to cry tears of joy.
Do you have a paraphilia for bones?
The skeleton sitting on the couch in the dream makes so much more sense now.
Look. You can see right through.
You seriously disgust me, Date.
Is there anything else? A mermaid from Sunfish Pocket. She has such gorgeous, well-balanced bone structure. Introductions?
By the way, I didn't introduce myself yet. I'm Kaname Date of the Metropolitan Police Department.
You're a detective?
Something like that.
I know, right? I don't know why it's so funny that it's like that's just bones. All right. What's the Sea King?
That's what we call the customers. Us mermaids serve the Sea Kings. And we really are mermaids, you know. Don't tell anyone.
I don't see a fish tail.
What?
Everyone working here is a real mermaid.
But you have legs.
They were a gift from Poseidon. We were given legs and feet, so that we can gather riches and foreign currency in the labor market.
Oh boy.
Dante, let's go.
No, not yet. Still so much to learn.
Do not listen to her siren song.
Oh my god. So, is Renju here? That's the important question.
He never showed up.
When was the last time he came here?
Let me think. He's just the owner, not the manager, so... He comes sometimes, but not all that often.
Alright, let's summarize.
Date, Renju is not at this location. We have other areas we need to search.
Yeah, you're right.
Any more of these customers? He looks seriously ill. That's good enough. Oh wait, pictures. There are pictures of girls on display.
Who's your type, Date?
Sorry, but no one stands out to me. I don't go for the spawn. I'm more of a big catch fisherman.
What?
I think he's saying he likes older women.
Good for you, Date. There are pictures of girls on display. Alright. Let's go! Alright, it's Yakuza office time. Let's see. Yeah, he likes MILF bones. That's his type. Alright. Kumakura office. Let's see if Date gets shot. Kumakura office, Sunday.
Who's this asshole?
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
All right. Bye then.
Hey, Date!
What? Ugh, I hate dealing with these chumps.
Didn't you hear me?
Do you want to die, old man?
They were like out with the knives right away and a porn bag.
You bastard!
Sorry for the late introduction. I'm with the MPD.
A cop, huh?
Wow, that took about 3 seconds.
So, you want to explain what the fuck a cop is doing in my office?
I think we should exchange names before exchanging expletives.
Name's MoMA, the Warhorse. Don't give a fuck what your name is.
All right, MoMA. I have a few things I want to ask you. 2 days ago at Bloom Park, a woman's corpse was found. Have you heard the name Shoko Nidami?
Sure have.
How?
Heard it on the news. The media is making a real fuss about this new serial killer.
Serial killer? Isn't that getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Can't help but hear about it.
MoMA. There he is, the Museum of Modern Art himself. The man sitting in the chairman's seat is named MoMA. So, about Shoko.
Don't know nothing about her. I know her face and her name. It was on the news. Nothing else.
Okay. Where's the chairman? Is that you?
What?
The chairman is right in front of you.
What?
I run the Kumakura gang. I'm Moma Kumakura.
That can't be right. The chairman of the Kumakuras is Rohan.
Oh.
You aren't the chairman.
So that triggered something in his memory.
Yo, asshole. You need a lesson in manners?
You still look
Date,
like you're
wait.
not doing so hot.
I did some research and discovered that Rohan Kumakura died last year.
Ah. Man, he was ugly.
He leapt to his death from the roof of a building.
Suicide?
But MoMA did not take over last year. MoMA took over 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago! Yeah, what about you punks? Member A. The fat one. He's holding his stomach in pain.
I got nothing to say to you.
Okay, what about you? Knife. A knife one of them was carrying. The kind that knifes nicely at night. It just might! Member B. The skinny one, he's completely out. Talk to him.
There would be no point in talking to him in that state.
Oh, he's completely out cold? Damn. Knife on the floor. Whiteboard. Last month's schedule is written on the board. 22nd, go to the zoo and to see the pandas! Aww! Last month's schedule is written on the board. Okay. Partition. There's a partition set up by the doorway. What's that? Permit. Some kind of permit? This is our permit to do organized crime. Company motto. The company philosophy on the wall. After 40, your toenails grow slower. Well, that's an interesting motto. The company philosophy on the wall. A company philosophy is like a summary of the ideals and goals of that company. The company philosophy is written on the wall. Alright. Locker. There's a locker near the window. Ashtray. There's an ashtray. Tiger. Rug.
Wow, that is a big flying squirrel.
That is a tiger.
Wow. A tiger rug. That's a dragon. A bronze dragon.
I wish, will it come true?
Dragon Ball.
That is not Shenron.
I wish for panties.
I told you that's not Shenron.
A dragon holding a golden ball. Lanterns. There are lanterns with Kumakura written on them. Crest.
Kumakura crest.
That's Kuma for bear in the middle there. Shrine. A Shinto shrine. Crest. The Kumakura crest is decorating the wall. Computer?
Lima, can you hack it?
I cannot. The power is off.
Ah, that would explain. It's a personal computer. Iba can't hack it. It's turned off. Desk. Chairman's desk. Keyboard. Phone. It's a telephone on the desk. Okay. MoMA. So, do you know anything about the investment fraud?
I have no idea what you're talking about, cop. You must have gotten some bad info.
No, Mama wouldn't give me bad info. Did the Kumakuras kill her? He's definitely not gonna say anything to that.
Fuck no. Why would we do that?
Date, look at this. A thermograph from when you inquired about Shoko.
Oh, he started getting a little hot in the collar?
Body temperature rising. Red hot lie.
It appears that way.
How do I get him to cop to it?
Remove his fingernails one by one.
Damn!
Not my style.
Blackmail him?
Blackmail?
Find his weakness and threaten him with it. Let's examine the room. Perhaps we may discover one of his secrets.
Oh, the crest? Kumakura crest is decorating his wall. I can x-ray it? That looks familiar. I guess they're
Safe
selling.
behind the crest.
I guess they're selling more than one of the A set models. I guess Ota didn't custom make his.
There is something inside.
I recognize that. It's just like the one I saw at Matsushita Diner. An A set figure.
Correct.
But why is that there?
Unknown, but perhaps.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to be a fan of A set, would you?
What? Who's that?
A schoolgirl internet idol. You know what I'm talking about.
Think you can get away with talking to our boss like that? He's tough as bricks and hard as nails. Never be into pussy shit like that, you fucker.
If you say so. Fears.
Fears.
Upset? Regret? Hasten!
Water.
Water.
Wet? Sweat? Hasten! Hasten, you bet!
Shadows.
Shadows.
Threat? Silhouette? Hasten!
Just as I thought.
Boss? What's this?
Shut up! Don't look at me! Get out of here! Did you hear me? I said get the fuck out of here!
Yes, sir.
The fat one grabbed the skinny one and dragged him out.
I've got your secret now. If you don't want that to get out, you better answer my questions.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh my god. We have officially blackmailed the Yakuza with A set. So I had no idea you were a Net Idol fan.
How did you know?
You're hiding an A set figure in the safe.
How did you know that?
I have superpowers.
Yeah, sure.
So, about Shoko and the Kumakuras.
Right. We do have connections with the investment company Shoko worked at.
A company that commits fraud.
No comment. Anyway, we never had any problems with Shoko. There'd be no reason for us to kill her.
Okay. You know Renju Okira, right?
No point hiding it, right? Yeah, I know about Shoko's ex.
I told Moma about Renju's accident and about his disappearance from the hospital.
Do you know where he is?
Nope, sure don't. It's not like we keep in touch or anything.
I detect no abnormalities in his thermograph.
Looks like he's not lying.
Request information on Renju.
Hey Moma, I've got a favor to ask. Can you get me information on Renju? His whereabouts, rumors on where he might be, anything. I need some leads.
And what if I refuse?
Then your gang finds out you're the world's biggest A-set fan. In exchange for helping me, there's a reward in it for you.
A reward?
I'll let you meet A-set.
What?
I met her yesterday at Lemniscate. We're acquaintances now.
Really?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Oh my god. Do you have an alibi for Shoko's murder?
Us Kumakuras are a branch of the Ujisaki family. The Ujisaki family runs a yearly golf tournament. Mandatory attendance. We were all at the tournament those days. We only got back this morning.
I guess that is a pretty good alibi.
You can ask the hotel. They'll tell you.
Date, I did some research. The hotel's record of guests does list the Kumakura members. They were also seen on several surveillance cameras. It is not possible that any of the Kumakuras could have killed Shoko.
Alright then.
Including Moma.
So, what about Rohan Kumakura?
Rohan was my older brother.
You guys don't look related at all.
He was my big brother in this organization, and my blood brother.
Oh, so not your actual brother?
But he's gone now.
Like blood brother in the family sense or blood brother in the Yakuza sense?
A suicide.
Yeah, after breaking out of the hospital.
Shit, why was he hospitalized?
About 20 years back, both he and I were the new guys in the Ujisaki family.
The Ujisakis are above the Kumakuras in the hierarchy.
At the time, we were in a turf war with a rival gang. One day, one of their boys walks in here and beats my bro's face in with a metal bat.
Oh, so that's why he looks like that?
His vision's been fucked on the right side ever since.
Yeah, at least it wasn't 6 years, right?
The doctors say he can still see, but it doesn't register.
Interesting.
Like, he only eats food off the left side of his plate. And if he's drawing a picture or whatever, he only draws the left side.
Huh.
Date, a question for Moma. Is Rohan left-handed?
Why?
Just ask him, please.
Was Rohan left-handed?
Yeah, he was.
Confirmed. Rohan must suffer from hemispatial neglect on his right side. As you are aware, the brain is divided into what is called the right brain and left brain. One side develops into the superior hemisphere, responsible for language and higher functions. The other side controls spatial recognition ability. In most people, the superior hemisphere is the left brain. In roughly 1/3 of the population, the right brain is the superior hemisphere. This is often linked to left-handedness. Moma just confirmed that Rohan was left-handed. From this, we can conclude that his right brain was his superior hemisphere, and his left brain was the inferior hemisphere.
Rohan suffered a beating on the left side of his head. That must have damaged his left brain. That caused him to lose his spatial cognitive ability.
Interesting. Well, that certainly sounds like something that's gonna be relevant later, doesn't it? About Rohan.
Anyway, after getting the shit beaten out of him, he changed, man. He became cold-blooded. I'm talking ruthless.
Yeah, that can happen to people with head injuries.
One time, we captured some street bosses from a rival gang. Bro grabbed him by the big toe and took a potato peeler to him, from the toe to the thigh.
Yeah, woo, 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 woo. No thank you.
Totally blank expression, like he was scraping bonito flakes.
Oh, bonito flakes coming back, but I don't like that.
Anyway, sick fuckers like that always end up running the world, don't they?
So I guess you don't feel too fondly for your brother anymore?
He started climbing the ranks, and eventually he was taken in by the Ujisaki family boss. The Ujisakis decided to make him head of our gang, and that's how we became the Kumakuras.
Alright, so when was Rohan hospitalized?
About 6 years ago. I remember him telling me about something big. Some threat to the Kumakuras that could bring us all down. He didn't give me the details, but I figured it was something from his past coming back to bite him in the ass, you know? Anyway, his plan was to handle his shit internally. Didn't want too many people knowing about it. But whatever he planned didn't work. When the chips were down, he decided to handle it himself. He ended up shooting some guy in his house. A few days later, cops busted him. Prosecution tried to get him on premeditated murder, but it was determined that he was insane at the time. Maybe they were right, you know? His head's been getting worse and worse for the past 20 years. He gets relapses and all that.
You think our boss is Yakuza? How come? Is it just because you don't like her?
Anyway, they decided to keep him in a special hospital. And naturally, because I'm his brother and next in line, I was the successor.
Alright, summarize for me.
The Kumakuras appear to be unrelated to the investigation.
She said it was classified. She might, like, not be at liberty to speak. If that was the case, I feel like she would have denied that anything happened 6 years ago, right? But she's just, like, something definitely did happen, but she just can't tell Date about it.
It was still worth it just to find out Moma's an AITSF fan.
Really?
That information might come in handy later.
We lost our memory before 6 years ago. We were involved. Yeah, I mean, true. It is suspicious.
Let's go somewhere else, Iva. We got what we needed here.
Well, that was our last destination, so where are we going? Abyss headquarters, alright. So, yeah, you were just talking about Boss, let's go see her. Boss? Are you with the Yakuza? Okay, yeah, you got a point there. So, Iba, a lot happened, huh? Yeah, where the fuck is she? Scream.
Ghost!
I have been here for several minutes now.
Could you not come out like that?
Why not?
If people see you, they'll freak out.
Do not worry. I can only be seen by you. I am sending this projection of myself directly to your brain.
Oh, right.
But returning to your answer, why would people freak out if they saw me?
Because you look like a fluorescent shrimp.
Isn't it obvious? A girl looking like you, dressed like that, sitting next to me? People would think I'm a pervert.
Oh, that too.
If you continue saying such things, I will self-destruct.
Self-destruct in his eye socket. She's not in the steering wheel. He is a pervert. Alright. Do you really self-destruct?
An AI never lies.
So, you weren't kidding. What happens if you self-destruct in my eye socket?
Your skull would pop like a balloon.
Damn. Alright, why do you even have that function?
My body is full of cutting-edge technology and state secrets. In terms of hardware as well as software, I am capable of hacking 99.99% of computers that currently exist. What if someone managed to steal me? It would threaten not only the police force, but the existence of the state itself.
Damn.
My self-destruct function is designed to prevent such a scenario from ever occurring.
Alright. Well, your self-destruct function.
Strictly speaking, I am not capable of self-destructing.
What do you mean?
I obey the 3 laws of robotics as laid down by Isaac Asimov.
You do?
I cannot harm myself. However, a person with administrative authority could order me to self-destruct. You have such authority.
Interesting.
Let us determine a code number. One that will activate the detonator.
This is a serious conversation.
Command 41205.
Are you gonna remember that, Date?
If you issue this command, I will detonate.
No, that's still too dangerous. We need some kind of safety. The number will be the first lock. If I give you the second command within 1 minute of the first...
Alright, this is smarter.
What is the second command?
Let's see. How about if I tell a lie?
A lie?
Something that's not the truth. If I say something untrue, I want you to regard it as the second command.
Huh.
Understood.
Okay.
And one more thing. Even if I die, do not worry. I will not be gone.
That's reassuring.
Huh?
Everything that I see and hear is uploaded to the cloud, all by wireless communication in real time. Even if my body is destroyed, my backup data will not be lost.
Good.
My memories, as well as my core programming, will be preserved.
Thank God.
So you're basically immortal.
Yes, as long as the server is alive.
Yay! Aiba never dies. How did you come up with that number?
Hey, about that 5-digit command. How did you come up with that number?
It is my favorite number.
Okay, 41,205? Why?
There's no particular meaning.
Really?
Okay. Let's commiserate.
I'm already tired of this, Aiba.
That's not like you. Is something wrong?
Shoko's estimated TOD was 2 days ago, 5 p.m. It's been more than 48 hours. But our investigation has made zero progress. Sorry, I just wanted to whine about it for a bit.
In 5 years, this is the first time I've heard you so dejected.
About me and Aiba. Oh yeah, well, I guess continuing the conversation, I'm concerned about Renju.
Where could Renju be?
I also wonder where he could have gone.
I asked Aiba to call up Mama at Marble.
Oh, it's you, Date. Is something wrong?
Hi, Mama. Do you know where Renju is?
No, sorry. It's been a long time since I've seen Ren. Did something happen to him?
I told Mama about Renju's accident, and about his disappearance from the hospital.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Leave it to me. I'll contact you if I get any information.
Yeah, let's go, Mama.
Please do.
Alright, about me and Aiba. 6 years ago, I lost my past. Names, addresses, family, childhood, everything. You think Renju's the one who showed up at 2 a.m.? He is her boss. I guess she could have ran out right away if he told her something was going on. Yeah. Yeah, well, you never play this game. I am interested to see, like, your theories and stuff. So you can go ahead and put in whatever guesses you want. Like, I have an internet friend who was playing this recently, and they were tweeting stuff about what they were guessing was going to happen, but since this person is like obsessed with reading mysteries and detective novels and stuff, they were like right on the money, but they were like, oh, there's no way I'm right, and I'm just quietly, like, not in my brain, I'm like, you're right. So so yeah, it'd be interesting. You could totally say whatever theories you want. But that wasn't all I lost. My left eye. I don't know how I lost it. The earliest memory I have is of me aimlessly wandering the streets of Shinjuku. Until a good friend gave me a hand. Boss found him!
Come with me. To where you belong.
Boss helped me become a cop and assigned me to Abyss. A year later, I was called into the control room where Peter showed me something extraordinary.
The official title is AI Ball. You may call her Aiba. The artificial intelligence contained within this sphere is nothing short of miraculous. An autonomous artificial intelligence birthed from collective nanotechnology.
Alright.
Its ability to think is controlled by a program we call the Wadjet system. Special Agent Date, from today forward, this is your partner. She will be your personal computer and your personal companion.
It's been 5 years since then. 5 years, and a number of tough cases. But
This time, it's different.
alright, can you call Iris? Is she okay?
I still cannot contact her. Her phone is either off or out of range of cellular signal. Are you worried about her?
I mean, yesterday there was definitely something wrong. I saw it in Mizuki's somnium. Iris's body. Frozen solid.
About Shoko Nadami's murder.
About Shoko Nadami's murder. We still need to see the investigation through.
The only relevant lead is the call made to Shoko's phone.
Aiba, is that number still turned off?
Please wait. Date, the line is connected?
Oh!
Really?
Really?
Call it.
Isn't your number being blocked?
Try from a different line. You can do that, right?
I can. Which line would you like to use?
There's other lines. Shoko's phone, Abyss's line, my home phone. Say you're from the Cabaret Club.
The number you have dialed is no longer in service.
So the caller must be a regular there.
Do you plan on questioning everyone who's been there?
Oh, damn. Let's try... which one? Which one now? Abyss's line, Shoko's phone, or my home phone? I mean, Abyss is technically the cops, so that might throw up a red flag, but... Shoko. Right, Shoko's phone.
I see. The caller did attempt to call Shoko's phone.
Yeah, good point.
If we call from that line...
Right, he might pick up.
But a normal call may yield the same results as before.
I have an idea. Do you remember what Shoko's voice sounded like?
Yes, I do. I remember everything that I see and hear.
Can you reproduce her voice?
Analyzing recorded audio data. Imitation should be possible.
Well then,
You want me to call with Shoko's voice?
Yeah!
yeah.
Me?
Yeah!
You're the only one who can.
Fine. I suppose we have no choice.
Are you sure you can handle this?
I am an artificial intelligence. Not a human prone to nervous breakdowns and mistakes like you.
Wow. Yeah, it is kind of creepy.
Alright, Hal, let's see what you can do.
It's connected. It's ringing.
Alright, you are having a nervous breakdown and freakouts.
I thought you said you didn't get nervous. Calm down. Deep breaths.
I thought she couldn't breathe.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm an AI. I don't take breaths.
Focus. They're gonna hang up.
Hello. This is Nadami Shoko.
Impossible. Shoko is dead.
Yes, I died 2 days ago.
Idiot, why did you say that?
Oh, by I meant my twin sister, Shoku.
Shut up! This is even worse.
Your twin sister.
His name. Get his name.
How?
Ask him for his name, accuse him of being an imposter. Ask, are you Yamada? Tell him you have a package and need his address. Alright, what do you think? Which one? imposter. Accuse him of being an imposter.
You're an imposter!
I beg your pardon?
Don't act dumb. You sound completely different. How did you get that phone?
This is my phone.
Liar! You're impersonating him!
That's enough. I am So Sajima,
Aha! Nice one.
the congressman.
A politician?
Ooh.
Sajima.
Sorry for doubting you.
It's fine. What were you calling me for?
Oh, sorry, something urgent just came up. I will call back later. Goodbye.
Why so?
Unknown. But that was definitely So Sajima. I was able to match his voice to public records of him speaking.
So Sajima is a minor celebrity. He even goes on TV sometimes. 2 days ago, he called Shoko. Why?
In any case, that was an excellent performance, was it not?
I'd say like 2 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, good job.
Is that all?
What, do you want me to pat you on the head?
No! Nothing like that.
I tapped my fingertip against my left eye. Aww.
Stop! It tickles!
Oh my god.
Rub, rub, rub.
Stop! The nerve might break!
A call came in soon after.
Date! A call from Investigation HQ.
Connect me.
Is this Special Agent Date from Abyss? My name is Akaska from HQ. I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case. There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
A prisoner?
We saved the call. I think you should give it a listen.
Huh.
Who is this?
In here, I'm known as number 89.
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami. And if you let me out of here, I will tell you who it is. I suppose you might say I'm looking for a plea bargain. He will kill again, you know. And he'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I suggest you take my offer. I'll be seeing you.
This has to be a prank.
Well, that was scary.
That's what I thought too. But I felt I should give you the heads up anyway.
Thanks?
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
Good luck.
Do you think it really is just a prank?
Well, to be sure, look into number 89.
Oh my god.
Roger that.
But for now...
So Sajima.
Me trying not to say 50 million spoilers right now. I know, right? Maybe it's a serial killing continued from the case 6 years ago. Because Boss said something like that, but Boss also said that was impossible, so... But yeah, you do have to kill more than one to be serial. Alright, Sajima residence, Sunday, 7:54 p.m. I don't know how well this is going to go since he's a congressman and everything.
Hey, you can't be here without permission. I'll call the police!
I am the police.
What happened? Sir. A police officer.
You.
Can I help you?
I need to ask you a few questions.
I'm a very busy man. You can ask me tomorrow during normal business hours.
Oh, that's an interesting theory. Maybe so.
It's about Shoko Nadami. You can't tell me you've never heard of her.
As a matter of fact, I have. It was reported on the news that she was killed.
I like the bodyguard's perfectly synchronized sunglasses adjusting in the middle of the night.
2 days ago at 9:02 p.m., you made a phone call to Shoko Nadami.
A phone call? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
Well, this is scary. Mansion. The Sajima residence. A tree. A garden stone. That's a big cabos. Wait, no, wait, that's a bit bush. It's a nice bush. Alright. Not a kabosu, it's a topiary. Because I feel like we're not going to be allowed to be here for long. Lantern.
Look, Date, your favorite cabaret girl is here.
That's just a lantern. Reika isn't that sturdy.
A garden lantern, bodyguard. A bodyguard, because I can't tell these guys apart. This one will be B. A bodyguard. I can't tell these guys apart, so let's just call him A. So anyway, so Sajima.
Date, perhaps there's something you should be using.
Oh, that.
Thermo. You're looking a little warm, sir.
So much blood. Where's all this red coming from?
It's a thermograph.
Yeah, I knew that. Anyway, he's lying. How do I get him to admit it?
What will make So confess he killed Shoko? Jesus! Call him? What do you think?
Aiba, call his phone again, using Shoko's line.
Understood.
You're not gonna pick it up? It's from Shoko. I had her give you a call.
What?
It'll stop ringing soon. 3, 2, 1. See?
Fine. I did call her. Around 9 o'clock, just like you said.
Finally confessing?
There's nothing to confess. I did nothing wrong.
Then why did you lie to me?
Because I didn't want to get involved in all of this nonsense. You mean to tell me that I am a suspect? My call was after Shoko died. If I were the killer, why would I do that?
I don't know. But I'm asking the questions.
Do you have a warrant? I thought not. I'll be leaving now. Good night, Detective.
No, I didn't get to ask the bodyguards why they wear sunglasses at night! No! So went back inside his mansion. I tried to follow, but So's bodyguards blocked my path.
Go home. Unless you want to get kicked out.
Maybe I can still ask them why they wear sunglasses at night. No! I missed my chance. Alright, Look, a UFO!
Look, a UFO!
He didn't flinch. Look, the Mothman!
Look, the Mothman!
He didn't flinch. Look, a grandma!
Look, a grandma!
He didn't flinch. Look, a porno bag on the floor!
Look, a porno mag on the floor.
Where?
I like this guy. Why does So have a burner phone?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's about So's alibi.
Do you know where So was Friday at 5 p.m.?
Here, in the mansion.
Can anyone corroborate that?
Maybe the housekeeper.
What's the relationship between So and Shoko?
I don't know. Even if I did, it would be confidential.
Okay. Do you know Shoko Nadami?
I've heard of her, but I've never met her. I saw her on the news.
Anything suspicious about So lately?
No, nothing special. Not any different from any other politician anyway.
Date, a
Good
minute.
answer.
What happened?
So is on the move. Most
Oh?
likely in a car.
Oh!
How do you know?
I hacked So's smartphone and I'm currently tracking the GPS.
Ooh.
Not his rental phone, the one registered under his name.
Where's he headed?
Unknown. Somewhere to the east.
Keep tracking him.
Suspicious.
Roger that.
I guess we're stalking him now. Harbor Warehouse District, Sunday, 8:51 p.m. Oh, Kiera.
What was So doing here?
Date, my apologies.
What's wrong?
My battery is low.
Oh
Are you
shit.
serious?
Now of all times? I guess it's not going to be a problem. I can still see out of my right eye. My vision halved, and I went into the warehouse. Well, that's weird. That's her low power mode. Seems a little chilly in here and a little scary. I have such a bad feeling. Alright, might as well get it over with. What the fuck is under here? White cloth. Something covered with a white cloth is on the table.
This is... It can't be.
Ah! Her eye! Well, your wish came true, Delanian.
Iba, what's your charge?
Currently at 2%.
Can you make a call?
I can. I am connected to the power supply. What do you...
Hurry. Just connect me to boss.
Date, what's wrong?
I found a body.
What?
She was murdered. Multiple stab wounds to the back. And one eye missing.
Oh no.
Location is Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. The victim is Iris Sagan.
Iris?
I'll tell you more later. Just send CSI to the scene right away. And one more thing. Congressman So Sejima. Bring him to Abyss.
Wait a minute, why?
I'll take responsibility for everything. Just do it, please.
All right.
Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
God damn it!
Well, that took a turn. Police headquarters, Sunday, 9:48 p.m.
Do you honestly think you can get away with this?
Funny, I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Date, calm down.
You know Iris Sagan, don't you?
No, I don't. I've never heard of her.
Maybe he's lying, maybe he's not. But even if he doesn't know her name, even though So doesn't know Iris, we can look over these things. That information is relevant. Oh wait, we could just look.
I saw So walking out of the cold storage warehouse where the corpse was discovered. Iba recorded the whole thing.
Just before my battery ran out.
Iris's pictures.
This is the image stored in the Persons of Interest database.
Visitor at 2 a.m.
Iris was live streaming until 2 a.m. today. Someone visited her and interrupted the stream. I hadn't been in contact with her for a while. Whoever visited her this morning almost certainly has something to do with the murder.
Where Iris was found.
Iris's body was discovered at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse in the warehouse district by the harbor.
That might be the one.
Okiura Fishery.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
That caught my eye too, but we'll get to that later. The actual murder site is unknown. The lack of blood at the scene makes it highly likely that she was killed somewhere else. Thinking about how Iris's body was frozen when I discovered it, it must have taken at least 18 hours for the body to freeze to that state. I entered the warehouse at 9 p.m. 18 hours prior to that was 3 a.m. Iris was last seen alive around 2 a.m. She was live streaming, so there's no doubt about the time. Meaning Iris must have been murdered between 2 and 3 in the morning.
Shit, right after that, huh? Iris's autopsy report.
Iris's body was found frozen in the warehouse. Her right eye was removed and she suffered multiple stab wounds to her back.
Her right eye, not her left eye. Interesting.
There were no other visible wounds on her body, so the stab wounds were likely the cause of death. From the size and shape of the marks, the murder weapon is almost definitely a knife, possibly a kitchen knife.
We have seen a kitchen knife before, but let's not think about that. Where Iris was found. No, it's not that. It's not that? It's not So leaving the warehouse. Iris's time of death? Iris's pictures? Have you seen her before, even if you don't know who she is? I put a picture of Iris in front of So.
So you've never met her before?
I have not.
Have you seen her corpse?
Corpse?
I know you've seen her body.
Based on what?
Where Iris was found. That's an important clue, but there's something else. So leaving the warehouse. Those two pieces of evidence together.
Iris's body was found at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
What does that have to do with anything?
I stood up and went to the corner of the room. I picked up the PC monitor and put it on the desk in front of him.
This. Iba, play the video.
Right away.
I see. Then I suppose you know I was there.
Yeah.
Then you saw the body.
I didn't. I was at the warehouse, but I didn't see any corpses there.
Don't lie to me!
It's the truth.
Then what were you doing there?
I choose to remain silent.
You what?
Pleading the fifth? I don't know if they have the fifth in Japan, but...
Remain silent, as is my right, guaranteed by law. Remember that I am a politician. I know my rights.
Smug smile.
Date, can I get a second?
What?
Does it matter if he saw the body or not in this case? He's a busy man. If we hold him here too long...
You want me to stop beating around the bush?
I certainly do. You believe that Sosajima is her killer, or is at the very least involved in the crime somehow.
Yeah.
Why not ask him for his alibi first?
Alright, here's Iris's time of death. Where was what's your alibi?
Iris was killed sometime between 2 and 3 in the morning. Do you have an alibi for that time?
I was playing mahjong all night, at a place called Dora Dora in Shinjuku.
Politician spending all night in a mahjong parlor.
An exclusive mahjong parlor, yes.
If it's mahjong, you should have had 3 opponents with you.
Indeed I did, but they were all strangers. I don't remember their names.
Convenient!
Date, I did some research. Dora Dora is a private room mahjong parlor. It is owned and operated by one individual.
If the rooms are private, that limits the number of potential witnesses. The shopkeeper might be in So's pocket. He's the only one we could ask about So's alibi. Especially if he doesn't remember any of the 3 people he played against.
He might as well not have an alibi.
Yeah.
That's not much of an alibi, So.
Please, this is ridiculous. First you suspect me in the matter of Shoko Nadami, and now this? I haven't killed anyone. Not Shoko, not Iris. Besides, if I stabbed a woman, why would I bring her to a cold storage warehouse?
Wait. What did you say?
We never said she was stabbed! So didn't respond, but I remembered. He slipped up. If I stabbed a woman, So does know about the corpse. Because... Iris's autopsy report.
I never mentioned Iris's cause of death. How do you know she was stabbed?
Because
you did it?
Don't be stupid.
Then how do you know? Stop dodging the question and answer. Boss, give me permission to sink. He can't hide inside his own head.
You've got it. Sync with him.
Damn, they can just do that? Against his will? I mean, I guess. Since it doesn't hurt him or anything.
I put So into chemically induced. But do not worry, it will not affect the sink.
Is he gonna sue the hell out of the police department after this?
Right.
Please, don't forget the 6-minute time limit.
Alright, we sink in with
Say it
Sosajima.
every time.
Let us begin.
Alright, here we go, Dream World number 2. Are we in? Are we in the dream world? Well, that looks like... Oh. Damn, Iba, okay. Did you break your nose?
Did you witness my superior driving technique?
Yeah, I saw you get in an accident.
No! I only pressed the wrong pedal.
That's what you call an accident.
Oh, look at that.
Don't change the subject.
Observe the surroundings.
That's interesting.
Huh. In a word, I'd say it's strange. Maybe this is So's corrupt nature manifesting itself.
The man's somnium is almost as corrupt as he is. I am impressed. Never mind.
Yeah, this is a real bad dream. Let's get the clues we need and get the hell out of here.
Iris!
It's Iris! What on earth is she doing here?
So he sure knows what she looks like alive. Yotota instead of Toyota.
Iris! We can't go any closer?
We cannot.
Shit.
That silhouette we saw.
This is So's somnium. During a sync, we experience the subject's dreams from a third-person perspective. In other words...
It has to be him.
I cannot say for certain, but probably.
What's going on?
It appears that time is looping in this warped space.
Time is looping? Can't you do something about that?
I forgot how kind of shocking this is.
What exactly do you propose I do?
You're telling me I have to watch this scene over and over?
I don't want to watch it either.
Well then...
I suppose we can help her. We may then be able to ask this manifestation of Iris some questions.
Huh? Sure, do whatever you gotta do.
Yes, we have to save Iris, no matter what.
Yeah. But to do that, we gotta do something about that huge wooden box.
Okay. I remember how to use timies this time.
Somnium scan. Activate.
That is sure a big box. Mental lock number 1. Mental lock number 2. Mental lock number 3. Inside the warehouse? Mental lock number 4. There's 4 of these things? Okay. Sink in the villain. Help Iris escape. If Iris escapes, you may discover So's secret. Okay, time. That's the warp time. I don't think I could probably do anything with that. We want to get rid of the box. There's some stuff I can interact with all over the place. How about over here? How about the forklift that I crashed? Wait, I gotta get closer. There we go.
A forklift.
The skulls don't look good. Let's drive it. I'll get rid of that timey.
Roger that. Leave it to me. It is time to unleash the Drift King.
Yeah!
Didn't you crash a minute ago? Besides, the forklift is front-wheel drive.
She's gonna pretend she didn't hear that. Well. Oh, what's that though?
There's something here.
Maybe you should jump in. It might unlock a bonus stage.
Do you have the mind of a child?
Negative timey. You picked up the timey that has a negative effect. Negative timies can multiply time or force you to use them. If you pick one up, be careful. I hope it doesn't force me to use it. Portal A.
A mysterious warp space suddenly appeared.
Oh, it forces me to use it. Great. Well, I'll just use the one that uses the least amount of time. Throw pebble. Ah! I guess it reaches the top of the box?
Connected to that place.
That sound makes it hard to believe it was a pebble.
A portal.
Scream? Put your hand in? Which one? Scream? You want her to scream or put her hand in? Hand. Okay.
Here?
Yeah.
My hand.
Yeah, you can do it.
I suppose if I must.
Touch it. Oh. Whoa, huge. Oh! Okay, there goes the box.
Oh.
Oh, you
I've
were...
seen a boss character like this before.
Oh, so you were right, except she didn't just pick it up, she smacked it. But good going, Delanian. You're getting the dream logic. Run, Iris, run. But there's more boxes. Fuck.
Are those boxes in the way too?
We do not have time to move each one.
If only we could use that crane.
Maybe we can get over to it somehow? Move the large box and made an escape path. Number 1 unlocked. Maybe we can jump through it here? That's probably not gonna work that way. Yeah, we can't use it anymore. Warehouse door H?
A warehouse door.
Let's look around some more. Warehouse door G?
5 minutes left, Date.
Ah!
A warehouse door.
There's a lot of warehouse doors. Warehouse door F? This one's open.
A door to the warehouse. I cannot see inside.
Should we go in? Peek inside? I mean, I don't think she can see anything, but... Or go somewhere else. Go in. Okay. Time to brave the darkness.
That door should have led to the warehouse, but...
Wait, can we get the crane? I don't see the crane. Control panel?
Is this some kind of control panel?
Should we input fighting game combo? Okay.
No, it won't budge.
Got it. Well, if that wasn't it.
If that wasn't it, time to input fighting game combo.
It's a control panel.
Let's use the timey. That's still a minute? Damn. No, I'm not brave enough.
It's a control panel.
Maybe we should just try lowering it, even though it's already lowered.
No, it won't budge.
Damn it.
Got it. Well, if that wasn't it.
Yeah, we might be here too soon. I'm gonna run!
4 minutes.
Ah!
A warehouse door.
That's a warped ass door. Nah. Let's go over here.
A warehouse door.
Enter.
Delivery!
Delivery! Alrighty. What do we got? We can't do anything here. Yeah. Nothing. This isn't good. What's over here? There's something over here. I could have sworn there was something. Maybe it's this. Ah! Concrete fragments.
Pieces of concrete.
Oh, well, I get some timies if I kick them, so I think I need some timies.
Ow!
Oh, I was fine.
Are you okay?
I want to go home.
It's okay. Don't push yourself. Just give it another shot, okay? You can do it.
Stop it! You trying to be nice makes me want to cry.
Well, maybe I should open one of these doors.
A warehouse door.
Should I knock or listen? Okay, let's knock.
Is anyone there? No response.
Even if there was someone there, they might not answer.
I'm gonna listen to this other door.
A warehouse door.
I'm gonna listen.
I hear the sound of dripping liquid. Occasionally, a spraying or squirting sound.
Ew.
By liquid, do you mean blood?
Unknown, but it is unnerving. A warehouse door.
Okay, what about this door?
A warehouse door.
I'm not gonna use any timies.
A warehouse.
What happens if I listen to this one?
I hear a dull impact at regular intervals, like a knife plunging into meat.
Ah! Yikes. That door was open. What about this one?
A warehouse door.
Listen? Oh, I should use one of these.
I thought I heard the voice of a woman. She sounded frightened.
Oh no. I think I gotta go through the door again, maybe. I'm gonna try it.
A door to the warehouse. I cannot see inside.
What happens if I just peek?
A door to the warehouse. Why does peek sound so perverted?
Isn't that perfectly normal to say in this situation?
You sound like the kind of man who uses the word trim unironically.
That isn't important right now.
So I was right.
No! Just look, please.
Well, if you really want me to... Oh my.
What is it? Did you see something dirty?
Shut up, pervert.
Wait, I was there before.
A door to the warehouse. I cannot see inside. A door to the warehouse.
Let's go in again. Alright, what do we got here?
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Shit! Alright, what does this door do anything?
A warehouse door.
Let's listen.
I hear the sound of scraping metal, like a knife being sharpened.
Yikes.
Sounds dangerous. Be careful.
A warehouse door.
Let's knock.
Is anyone there? No response.
Even if there was someone there, they might not answer.
I assume that's gonna happen to all of these doors. Alright, let's go back to this control panel.
It's a control panel.
Alright, let's input the fighting game combo. I can bring this down to 10 seconds, so let's do this.
The one that is difficult for humans to input?
Yes.
Yeah, the GH Raging combo.
Fine, just be quiet.
Let's go!
No, wait. Inputting that sequence of commands with the lever shaped like this.
I think you can do it.
I'll try.
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's working! It's working! Woo! Yeah!
Oh, it moved.
Aiba is a true gamer.
Ring out!
That's a KO.
Woo! Run, Iris, run! Ah!
If only she could fit through that gap.
Remove the boxes and made an escape path. Number 2. Okay, could be worse. I guess we gotta go back now. Let's go back.
A warehouse door.
That might be important to hold on to.
A warehouse door.
Let's just waste the 10 seconds.
Delivery!
Alright, let's run this way. Box near crane.
A wooden box hanging from a crane.
I'm gonna look around some more. I don't have a lot of time. So if we could open one of these doors.
A warehouse door.
It's all gonna be the same shit. We can maybe knock open a door.
A
Ah!
door.
Open! Open! Is
What's
another
this?
warp panel?
Something came out.
Edible seaweed made this way was thought to be a delicacy for nobles during the Heian era.
Nobody needs to hear your superfluous narration.
Where does that put her? Looks like she can hide, I hope? Wait, this kind of traps her now. No, she's at a dead end. Fuck, fuck. Shit.
Is the box hanging from the crane in the way now?
Was there something under the wooden box?
Let's just go back and lift it up for now.
Ah, shit. Push the box through the portal. Okay. There's the portal, there's the box, could be. Alright, box near crane. What? Ah!
A wooden box hanging from a crane.
Let's push it! Damn it!
No use. It is either stuck to the ground, or its cargo is extraordinarily heavy.
Or you're just weak.
Or your instructions are bad.
Or you're just lazy.
Or your breath smells like garbage.
Shit. We don't have a lot of time.
A wooden box hanging from a crane.
Let's punch it! Nothing, huh?
It won't even budge.
Maybe we should check the portal.
Dante, you've got less than 30 seconds.
Fuck!
What is this?
Looks like a premium channel before you pay for it.
Oh my god. We don't have a lot of time. Peek inside?
Oh, I got smaller.
If you got any smaller, you'd be as flat as a surfboard.
This is a mysterious portal.
The crane. Well, Date did said to go back to the control panel, so we can try going back in here, although I don't know if we have enough time.
Door.
Enter. I gotta beat the 10 seconds.
Delivery!
Oh shit. Okay, control panel B, this is different.
Is this some kind of control panel?
Oh, it doesn't matter what I do. Let's input the fighting game combo again. No matter what I do, I'm gonna run out of time, so time will not be used. Proceed, yeah.
No.
No!
Fudge.
Got it. Oh, that wasn't it.
We're out of time.
Date, we're out of time.
Damn you, So. How many secrets are you keeping?
No! Let's start from the checkpoint. Let's start from... Wow, I used a lot of time on the first lock. Let's start from there. Alright, well, it happens. Well, we know what to do now, at least. Hey, where are we at? We gotta... That's where the portal was, right? Beneath that box? Oh wait, no, that's not right. Alright, let's go here.
5 minutes left, Date.
Shut up! Okay, let's go through.
A door to the warehouse. I cannot see inside.
Alright, see you soon, Delanian.
A door to the warehouse.
Alright, let's save some time. Yeah. Go in.
door should have led to the warehouse, but...
Okay. Let's run over here.
Is this some kind of control panel?
Let's... I thought I had the timey for 10 seconds, no? Oh, I misread it. I know what I'm gonna do then. It's a waste of time again, but I can get that nice timey from kicking the,
A warehouse door.
kicking the, concrete
Delivery!
fragments, so I'm just gonna eat it. I can always go back again if I lose again. Alright. I'm running to those concrete fragments. I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna kick him.
Pieces of concrete.
I'm gonna kick him.
Ah! Ow!
Are you okay?
I want to go home.
It's okay. Don't push yourself. Just give it another shot, okay? You can do it.
Stop it! You trying to be nice makes me want to cry.
Alright. Run! Run, 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 run! Run-a-dee dun-a-dee.
4 minutes.
Let's get in here.
A door to the warehouse.
Alright. Go in! Okay, run! Here we go. Time to input
It's a
fighting
control
game
panel.
combo. Input fighting game combo.
The one that is difficult for humans to input?
Yeah, the GH Raging combo.
Fine, just be quiet. No, wait. Inputting that sequence of commands with the lever shaped like this.
I think you can do it.
I'll try.
Woo! iBuzz Gaming.
Oh, it moved.
Ring out!
That's a KO. If only she could fit through that gap.
Oh! So the other portal made her smaller so she could fit through the gap. Okay. We gotta run back.
A warehouse door. Delivery!
And what else? We gotta... There was something opening the door.
A warehouse door.
Open.
What's this? Something came out.
Edible seaweed made this way was thought to be a delicacy for nobles during the Heian era.
Nobody needs to hear your superfluous narration.
That made her smaller. She runs in there. And now she's blocked. Shit.
Is the box hanging from the crane in the way now?
Was there something under the wooden box?
Let's just go back and lift it up for now.
Alright, let's try lifting it up. Okay. I guess I should try going in here and lifting it up, and if not, I can go through the other warehouse door.
Delivery!
Control panel B?
Is this some kind of control panel?
That uses a lot of time. I need to find a timey.
A door.
Even though I just wasted time.
Delivery!
I'm so glad I was able to return.
Alright. What kind of bullshit can we do to get
A
timies?
wooden box hanging from a crane.
I could do better than 30 seconds, can I? Might not have the luxury of choice. Let's look at the crane.
A crane.
Oh, that's not good.
You have less than 2 minutes, Dante.
Ah! Screw it. I'm wasting time. I'll take the timey.
A wooden box.
Huh? Ah! It won't even budge.
Alright, now I'm headed in there.
A warehouse door.
Delivery!
Alright. Now let's try pushing
It's a
this
control
down.
panel.
Or up. Raise it, right? Raise lever.
Understood.
Alright, 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 alright.
Is there something underneath it?
Did Iris use it to escape? Yeah, go Iva. Woo! Nice going, Iva.
It appears Iris was saved. Barely.
That shadow must be...
Alright, eliminated the threat. Eliminated the threat and made an escape path. Day 3 So A acquired. Q-Sai, Day 3, Sunday.
Iris was in the Somnium earlier.
Yes, we saw.
An unidentified figure tried to stab Iris to death.
Yeah.
And Date and Iba...
Who is that figure?
Probably So himself.
True, he could imagine himself in his Somnium that way. Mr. Date's ego algorithm processed the figure into that particular image.
Ego algorithm.
What are you people talking about? If you're quite done here, hurry up and release me. So...
He looks tired. The medicine hasn't fully worn off yet. It makes him a bit dazed. Well, actually, let's talk to Pewter and Boss first. Pewter looks the same as usual. So, about the mysterious figure.
The subject of the sync remembers certain persons or objects that appear in Somnium. But they might not have a clear form. Our dreams are sometimes vague or unclear, after all.
Yeah.
Even the subject of the dream themselves.
Yeah.
I told you earlier that the Sinker experiences the dream from the perspective of an observer. That is why the person creating the dream can appear within it. But perhaps they do not have an objective view of themselves.
I could see that.
Like a mirror or picture. Perhaps he's never watched himself on television. Rare for a politician, but not unheard of. He lacks that objective picture of himself.
Well, that's still speculation.
He remains stoic and unattached despite his position of power.
That's still speculation.
I find that quite powerful.
Okay.
To be able to put your ego aside and see yourself as God sees you is an ability many charismatic people share.
You seem to be into this kind of thing, Peter. So, about the mysterious figure again.
He may not have a rational, objective assessment of himself. So, even if this figure is ambiguous,
it could be so.
Indeed.
So, how does syncing work?
During a sync, the Sinker's consciousness, or ego, is brought into the subject's somnium. They enter the subconscious mind, or more accurately, sink into it. At this time, the Sinker's memories are left in their original body. Picture an egg. The ego is the egg yolk that goes into the subject's brain.
Okay.
The Sinker's memories are the whites, which remain in the shell.
Okay.
The Sinker, or rather the Sinker as their pure ego, experiences the subject's somnium. But to be precise, it is not only ego.
So you can still remember stuff while you're in the somnium.
When synced, a modicum of memory data does get sent into the subject's brain. Imagine separating an egg yolk from its whites. No matter how you try, some of the egg whites will always stick to the yolk.
That's true.
This is just like that.
If you say so. Also sounds kind of dangerous. Alright, what is the ego algorithm you mentioned?
Imagine the human brain as being made up of two elements.
White and yolk?
Memory and algorithmic structure. The former is preferable because the latter can be problematic.
Really?
It can output things based on the inputs it is given. To make this easier to understand, compare this to a computer.
First an egg, now a computer.
Memory is like your data stored on a hard disk. The algorithm is the program.
Okay.
This program controls everything, from higher cognitive functions to primitive instinct. This program is what creates the phenomenon of consciousness.
Okay.
In short, it is your ego algorithm, what you call your mind. Recognition, cognition, consciousness. All of these processes are incomprehensible without the ego algorithm. However, the Wadjet system is revolutionizing the way we think about consciousness.
Alright. Now he's getting excited.
The Wadjet system controls my core programming.
Using Wadjet, we could map the neural circuitry of the human brain. And we discovered a specific circuit that is key to the phenomenon of consciousness. However, we human beings are still unable to fully grasp it. It's far too complicated. But even if we don't understand it, we can still use it. You don't have to understand electromagnetism to use a microwave oven.
Yeah.
The Wadjet system is how we are able to extract the sinker's consciousness.
I see.
That is what makes sinking possible.
So the phenomenon of sinking and Iba are actually pretty connected. You can see the sink machine through the window. Alright, boss, what do you think? The boss is standing there. About the somnium earlier.
I saw it on the monitor. Iba saving Iris as she was being stabbed. Of course, since you and Iba are one and the same, it's like you saved her, Date.
Aww.
But that was just a dream. It's not real.
Yeah, she's actually
Saving her
dead.
insomnium won't save her now.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Aw, fuck. Depressing. Did the crime scene investigation team support anything?
No, nothing yet. They arrived a while ago, but that warehouse is owned by Okira Fishery.
I know. Iba, can you check to see if it's the Okiura we know?
Yeah, it gets sad, Date.
Searching.
Can we get an arrest warrant for So? He's like suspicious as fuck.
Are you kidding me? You know that what we find in Somnium can't be submitted as evidence in court.
Then why do we exist?
Besides, we don't even know for sure if that figure was So.
You said it was.
I said that it's probably him.
Excuse me? I'm right here. I can hear everything you're saying.
Alright, well, I guess I'll finally talk to you. About Iris.
I've been telling you I don't know anything.
I don't think that's true.
That's impossible. I saw Iris in your dream.
He's like, the fuck are you talking about?
You have to have some memory of her.
What are you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
You killed Iris, didn't you?
I didn't.
Are you planning on acting dumb all night? How did you know Iris was stabbed?
I heard it.
What?
On my way to this place, I heard that woman over there talking. Something about a girl who got stabbed in the back.
Are you talking about me?
Huh!
Yes, you.
I don't remember exactly what I said.
Shit.
It's possible that I mentioned a body with stab wounds to the back.
Shit.
Boss.
God damn it.
It is impossible to determine now. He very well may not have seen Iris's body.
No. He still must have.
He pictured her perfectly.
He was
getting
in the warehouse.
stabbed.
But does that mean we can conclude for certain that he saw the corpse?
Ah! They're getting us. They're getting us. Why'd you call
Come
Shoko?
to think of it, I still haven't heard your explanation for this. 2 days ago, you called Shoko Nadami just after 9 p.m. Why?
That is a private matter that I will not discuss with you.
I guess we're kind of tied up, huh? So, what's your alibi for Shoko's murder?
What were you doing at 5 p.m. 2 days ago?
Reading a book at home. You can ask my housekeeper or my bodyguards. They will confirm that for you.
That does match what the bodyguard said earlier.
Yeah, why would this guy admit anything? Yeah. True.
But they're like family to him. They're not above telling a lie to protect their boss.
Oh, getting a call.
Date, the investigation team is calling.
This is Date from Abyss. What happened?
Hey, sorry to call you out of the blue. There's something we want to check. It's now a good time.
Sure, what is it?
You said you found a body at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. The one at Ariake? Warehouse District?
Yes, that's right.
Huh. Okay.
Why? What happened?
It's, not here.
What?
What's not there?
You could just stay silent and not go to jail. Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening.
We searched all over the warehouse. We didn't find any bodies.
Oh my god, who moved the iris sickle? Iba, did you record that? I know you were low. Wait. No, Iris wasn't on. Iris was out of power, so she didn't actually see. I mean, Iba was out of power, so Iba couldn't actually record Iris's body. So it's only Date's word. Damn. Cold storage warehouse, Sunday, 11:25 p.m. Well, this is not good. It is
what do you
not
mean
here.
There's no body?
Somebody moved it.
Yeah, we looked everywhere, but nothing.
Where's Kagami? He's the only bitch I can trust. He's not here?
Date, I am not doubting you. However, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I saw it. I know I saw it. I saw Iris's body with my own right eye.
Then perhaps someone moved the body. Between the time we left and CSI arrived.
How much time was that?
No, there's another possibility.
There is?
Date is crazy, confirmed. Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, maybe he's checking if he is crazy. Is he going to Iris's house? Yep, Sagan residence, Sunday, 11:58 p.m. Oh my god! She's alive!
Date?
Iris!
What are you doing? Barging in without ringing the doorbell? Oh, you see, Mizuki ended up staying at my place. Something wrong?
The world changed.
Whoa. I guess he confirmed he is losing it. Shurai. Monday. He saved her and she's back. Damn, but that's supposed to just be a dream. Can dreams really change reality? Police headquarters, Monday, 9:32 a.m. Well, I have a lot to explain to Delanian when he gets back.
Iba and I saved Iris during the sink yesterday. She wasn't killed.
True, but that was only a dream.
Maybe the dream changed reality.
Impossible.
Then how else would you explain it? Iris came back to life.
Boss is sitting on the desk. Wow, all of this makes Date look really bad. Iba jumped out of my eye socket. So, a dream changing reality?
Date and Iba saved Iris Insomnium, and that changed the history of the real world? Well, I guess it's not impossible.
That isn't what you said yesterday.
That was then, this is now. A woman's
Okay.
mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know?
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date.
Well, that's nice, boss.
I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss.
Aww. About prophetic dreams.
Stranger things have been known to happen.
Really?
2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's somnium. It must have been a prophecy.
Boss.
There's a lot of stuff in this world that can't be explained by science.
Damn, now she's believing in prophetic dreams, too. Boss's knack for change is one of her good qualities. Not having beliefs is what she believes in. I can respect that. That's how she established herself as a major player in the police department, because she believed what she wanted to. Okay. What do you think, Aiba? A dream changing reality?
It is absurd. Not possible. Dreams are figments of the imagination. An incident which took place entirely in your mind cannot have any bearing on the real world. That is preposterous. Consider it. If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality? If you were to be attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
But at the warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating. Within Mizuki's somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse. It is affecting your mental state. Last night, you were so fazed by it that you couldn't speak. If it bothers you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
You're losing it, Date. So, where is Iris now?
Her cell phone is on. I can trace her via GPS.
God, he can just stalk everybody this way.
She is currently somewhere in the Lemniscape building.
Alright, well. So, speaking of Lemniscape, about Renju.
Mizuki went to Bloom Park 3 nights ago. She was prompted by a Nile message from Renju.
Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away.
There are 3 possibilities. 1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder. 2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene. 3. The culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message. In any case, the motive is still unknown. We need to talk to Renju.
Renju? Where did you go?
Where is Renju?
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct? It is possible she may have something for you by now.
We should go visit Mama. I asked Moma for information too, but I had to promise him a meeting with Iris. Mama can wait for now.
We can talk to Iris's mom as well. She was Renju's classmate, right?
4. Killer used a cloned phone. Is that a thing? Can you, like, clone somebody's phone information?
Aiba told me about her.
So about Okiura Fishery, is it the same Okiura? Oh, okay. So, Delanian, a lot happened. Sorry, So, we saved Iris in the dream. And then we, wake up. And we can't really keep Sosajima on anything, so we kind of gotta let him go. And then, the CSI says, like, there is no body at the warehouse. And he's like, huh? That's impossible. He goes over there. Yep, there's no body, there's no cloth covering the body, anything like that. And then they're like, well, so there could be another possibility. And Date rushes over to the Sagan residence and bursts in, and Iris is alive. She was there sitting on the floor, and Mizuki was over there too, spending the night. So Iris is alive. Yeah, sorry to report. And so we're trying to figure out if like Date was hallucinating, or he thinks maybe the dream changed reality, and Aiba's like, there's no way that's possible. And it's only Date who saw this, because Aiba was out of power when he went into the warehouse and saw the body. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Nothing else has really changed, just Iris is actually alive, and we're trying to figure out how the hell that happened. And Aiba suggested to Date to maybe go talk to Iris if this is bothering him so much. Alright, so about Okiura Fishery.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Interesting.
Another connection to Renju.
Everything's all linked up.
No, actually.
Huh?
Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died.
Interesting.
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
No, we still don't know who came and got her at 2 a.m. That's still an unknown.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, she can tell us who came to the door at 2 a.m. Flag with big catch on it. Alright. Boss, about So.
Congressman Sajima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A. 3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone. We still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private. Exhibit B. So Sajima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night, but he didn't inform us of this. There must be something he doesn't want us knowing. Exhibit C. So was in Iris's somnium. Dreams are constructed from memories, yet the good congressman denies he ever knew Iris.
Yeah, definitely suspicious. So, where's So now?
I sent him home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do? We can't hold him without solid proof. What we saw with Iris hasn't happened yet.
In any case, we have to speak with him again.
Alright, summary.
There were 4 people I should talk to.
He needed more of a name than So. Well, it's like a long O on the So in Japanese. It can be a real name. So instead of So, it's like So.
So Sajima, Iris and Hitomi Sagan, and Mama. And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
We have many avenues of investigation.
Oh yeah, we're checking in with Mama to see if any information about Renju came up. So what? Yeah. I keep catching myself saying that too. So when I say So and I'm about to catch something else, I'm like, wait, no, I don't mean him.
Let's get moving.
Alright, well, we have a lot of options. We have the Sajima residence, we have Marble, the bar, we have Sagan residence, Lemnis Gate, and Cold Storage Warehouse. Our intel says that Iris is probably at Lemnis Gate, so should we go there first? Because she has a lot of questions that need answering. Yeah, let's go to Lemnis Gate. Let's go. Lemnis Gate, Monday.
I am so aggro right now.
Who says that?
Why are you angry?
You backed out on your Shovel Forge promise.
Oh shit. The date. I thought you were
I didn't
dead.
make any promises.
You promised me a date, though.
I did go to your house.
2 minutes before midnight, and you didn't even take me anywhere.
Yeah, because we only had 2 minutes.
We could have gone somewhere. Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habamai?
Absolutely not.
Then you should have come earlier.
Well,
He thought you were dead. Iris is looking at me. I saw you. Let's just go for it. I saw your body.
Iris, promise
Oops.
you won't laugh, but I saw something at the cold storage warehouse last night.
What?
Your dead body.
Awkward laugh.
I told you not to laugh.
But, come on, Date. I'm alive. I'm right here. Look, I can jump around. Woohoo!
Stop, I'm serious. In my dream, I saved you from being killed. And here you are, which is why I was like that when I went to your house yesterday. Sorry, there's no point in telling you all this.
No, it's fine. Sorry for laughing. I just didn't know what was up with you.
Huh?
I believe you, Date. Maybe you were in a parallel world or something.
Another bizarre explanation.
Whoa. So... Why was your phone off yesterday?
I know you were mad about our date, but why was your phone off? I couldn't get a hold of you.
Not that late night visitor.
Last night around 2 a.m., someone visited you. Who was it? And you left the house as well. Where did you go?
You really want to know?
Yeah?
Yes.
And you'd do anything for the answer.
I don't like where this is going.
Yes.
All right then, Shovel Forge.
Minecraft, and then you'll get your testimony.
No.
Then go on a date with me.
Again, no.
But you owe me for yesterday.
I told you I couldn't get a hold of you.
Objection. Even if you did get a hold of me, you didn't want to see me anyway, right?
She's going Phoenix Wright on us.
Until you fulfill your promise, I won't tell you anything.
Can we take her to the warehouse? I guess. A date to the warehouse? It's Monday, no school?
It is Monday, but it's a holiday.
Oh my god. I knew you were leading to that. You were gonna freeze her like a popsicle there.
No school today? Duh.
Oh, right. It's a holiday.
Did you forget too?
That's why I'm at Lemnis Gate today. We're going to do a recording session for a show soon.
Where's Renju? He's still missing? It's concerning.
What about him?
I don't need to hide it. I told her about Renju's disappearance.
A traffic accident? I'm worried.
Any idea where he could have gone?
I'm sorry, no.
Do you know Sosajima, the politician?
I've seen him on TV.
Ever met him?
No.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Summarize for me.
So, what are we doing?
What do you mean?
For our date, of course.
Alright, should we say don't go on a date? Are we going on a date to the warehouse? Don't be a creep, Date. Don't go on a date.
Iris, you're too young for me. I can't be seen with you.
Damn, yeah, just go right out and say it.
What?
Oh!
Hey, what are you doing?
Everybody! This awful man! He...
Fine.
Coercing Date again.
I'll do whatever you want.
Really?
Yes.
There go the tears.
Shovelfort?
Minecraft?
I will not.
So we'll go on a date then.
Yes.
Right to the warehouse.
Deal.
Damn it.
And you have to honor our agreement this time.
She really is a witch.
Ah!
Oh, but we can't go right away. I have a recording coming up.
Of course.
I should be done by 3, though.
Tessa, we're starting soon.
Got it! So, Date, meet me back here at 3? If you ditch me, I will be beyond furious. Anyway, bye for now. Peace!
Iris smiled and strolled over to the studio.
There is no point remaining here. Let's get moving.
Yeah. Alright, where are we going? Well, she's tied up till 3, so I bet you don't want to go to the warehouse yet. Should we go to her house? Marble? Sajima residence? Where should we go? Marble. Marble. Monday.
You
Yeah,
need
we
more
got
info on Ren?
Yeah, do you have dirt on So?
I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
I see.
You know about So Sajima? Or how's it going?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
I do not know what she means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
Absolutely not.
About Renju.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
They do?
Hey, Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
Renju's voice. I remember Renju saying that to me after he and I went through a bottle.
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
I didn't answer. I turned the question around on him.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah. Not just one.
Whoa.
Countless bodies.
What?
When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job. You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras.
Damn.
It was an easy job. Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
Interesting that they also knew Shoko.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family.
That's not cool, Renju.
Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation. You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk. Throw them in the tub full of hot water, and they pass.
What?
Just like that.
That's awful!
Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old age.
Holy fuck!
So the adopted gang members would inherit the land.
Fuck!
Then we sell it and make massive profits.
Renju!
I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth. So I... Why am I telling you all this?
Well, I guess you got out of it, and you were young, but still.
Are you going to arrest me?
I took a sip from my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still... Date,
Tears fell to the counter, unending. We didn't say another word until the ice in the glass had melted to nothing. Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
A picture on the wall. Saint Sebastian. Pretty sure. Right. Mama. Summarize for me.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry, I'm not much help.
No, don't worry about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Tonight?
Yes. I'll be waiting for you.
Alright. I guess it's a date. Well, since we wanted dirt on Sosajima anyway, let's go over to his place and see if we can do anything.
Sosajima is a key person of interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment. I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sajima has one phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. One call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago, from Fuchu Prison.
Wait, that's where that dude is.
The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
That can't be a coincidence.
Number 89?
Yes. This is most likely the same person who called HQ.
I know killed Shoko Nadami.
It looks like Aiba is sitting in the passenger seat. So who is number 89?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin.
Damn!
He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards. His code name is Falco.
Falco? We play in Smash Brothers.
Falco?
Correct.
That triggers something in your memory? Mr. Date? What is number 89's name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
What's he in jail for? Assassinating?
Murder. He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago!
6 years ago?
So what's the relationship between So and number 89? It looks like Aiba's. Oops. This one.
Unknown. You would have to ask Mr. Sejima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
Yakuza boss lady knew.
He did. But that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Wait, so you know about that?
Unknown. In all honesty, I have no idea.
Cyclops serial killings.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
Roger.
Well, let's see if boss accepts then. Sejima residence, Monday.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse. Isn't your investigation over?
Are there any koi, or is he just throwing food into, like, an empty pond?
Aiba, look! A merman!
So is a wealthy politician. It is no surprise to me that he has a merman. Wait, a merman?
Oh, hey everybody! I'm a merman.
What? I heard a strange voice just now. Could it be? A pond. Okay. I still don't see any fish. What are you throwing the feed in for? Anyway, weirdo, let's talk. So is feeding the koi in the pond. Alright, I'll just take your word for it that there's koi in there. So, why were you at the warehouse?
I told you I will not answer that question.
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
Why did you call Shoko? I know it was private, but...
You are beginning to irritate me.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant.
Yeah, I guess we'll, like, ask about everything first.
How many times do I have to tell you?
About Iris.
I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
That's not true.
I knew he was lying.
He's lying!
This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying. After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding, So?
About number 89.
Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu Prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention. If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you.
Okay, then.
Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy, excuse me. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you. To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you. I don't ever want to see you again. So I suggest that you don't show your face here anymore. It's what's best for both of us, understand?
Interesting wording. Okay. So, walked away sternly.
Who does this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing. Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
Alright. So much for that. No pun intended. Alright, so what do you guys think? Sagan Residence or Cold Storage Warehouse? Okay. Sagan Residence, Monday.
I apologize for yesterday.
I am not gonna stab her.
I arrived uninvited.
It's okay. I arrived uninvited last night, although you might have been asleep or something.
No, I'm grateful. Thanks to you, Mizuki has her voice back.
No, I didn't do anything.
Hitomi is touching her right shoulder with her left hand. Do you have the day off?
Yes, today's a holiday.
That's right.
Iris isn't in school. She went to Lemniscate.
Yeah, I saw her earlier.
So she hasn't come back.
Is that so?
About Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me.
Aww.
I remember, one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy."
Go Iris.
I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me.
What about your parents?
They died when I was 17.
Ooh.
I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone.
Damn.
But Renju would help sometimes.
Oh. So where is Renju?
You asked me that yesterday.
Oh, that got mixed up. Did something happen to him? There's no point hiding it. I told her about Renju's disappearance.
Right from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
So about Iris.
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing, even as a kid.
Aww.
Whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers.
That's so cute.
And she did it at the show, too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them.
Damn. Yep, born to be a star.
I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it.
Aww.
When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face.
Man.
Mama, you're a good dancer.
Aww.
That's the kind of girl she was. Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping. Even at convenience stores, when their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing.
Did she fall?
But she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly.
Damn.
It was on a Sunday, and it was hard to find an open emergency care.
Damn.
I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town.
Poor Hitomi.
I could still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true. There was one other time.
Oh, that's ominous. What was the other time?
Six years ago, I was the victim of a shooting.
6 years ago. Yes, you're right, 6 years ago.
After the surgery, Iris came in running. And she was sobbing.